72323.
LA 21-12671. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
There's more than one way to listen to ESPN Baton Rouge on the radio at 104.5 and 104.9 and 98.1 HD2. Online at 1045ESPN.com and with the free ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Monday, July 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 97. Coming up on OTB, we're live from the SEC Football Media Days, and we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m., and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from Nashville, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
OTB live. What's up, boys? We're staring down W-Jocks right now. Little SEC West battle for supremacy. LSU versus the Tide. We got Cube and Mac over there. We got a 104.5 The Zone across from us. We're about to have to fight him for 104.5 supremacy. Life is good here on Radio Row at SEC Media Days. It really is, man. There's a juice in the air. This is Christmas, the beginning of the holiday season for college football fans. It is LSU Day today, so not during today's show, but certainly later and coming up tomorrow, you will hear you're going to hear us talking to Brian Kelly and Jayden Daniels, Josh Williams, Mekhi Wingo. So it's gonna be a very, very fun week. We're in Nashville. It's beautiful. The hotel is incredible. I have my mics all the way up, so the studio may do that if they want to go, if they need a little more. But, yeah, there's a great juice in the air right now. How we feeling, Jake?
I'm feeling great. I mean, you're signing us up for fights, which I always love. I do notice that they have an offensive lineman over there at 104.5 The Zone, so I'll leave that one to you.
No, man, low man wins. You're shorter
That's true.
than him. You got
I'll take
it,
it. Okay.
I'm going to take the skinny guy and the girl.
Okay, that's fine. You did throw, you mentioned Jocks over there, and then you're like Alabama. Cole would probably take giant offense to that.
That's true. That's
the biggest level of offense you can have, he would take it.
I'm at Alabama, the state.
Okay, fair enough.
So both Auburn and Alabama can catch these hands. And while I am a long-term believer in Hugh Freeze at Auburn, I am not – I think this year's going to have some nice growth, but I think this year's going to be maybe be a bit tough. Oh God, is that how we're lit right now? Is that your screen that's colored like that, or is that how we look?
Yeah, a little gray.
We look a little ghastly. We look like I just saw the Haunted Mansion preview when I went and saw Elemental the other night, and I feel like I'm a part of the Haunted Mansion ride right now. I thought, okay. But look, if you're not into
tanning, and you've been doing such a big job of going out there in the sun.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like stealing a little bit of my tan valor here, but that's fine.
We're gonna have to go buy a ring light.
If you like, I actually have one in my room, but that's for personal use. If you
wait, we can't even get a little couple hour rental off the ring light.
If you knew what was going on when I'm generally using the ring light, I don't know if you'd want the rental. Is what I'm saying. I'm looking out for you. It's just a little dirty. That's all I'm saying.
What are you doing with the ring light?
Well, what do some people do with ring lights? I don't know. You tell me. Look, the point is, we are here at SEC Media Days, and this is going to be a college football show. It's going to be a week of college football talk. So if you're into that, these shows are going to be for you. We're still going to do Weekend Winners. We're still going to do Spread Lines, Major Saint Stories. We're still going to talk about those. But it probably will be a lot of talk about maybe even some like Mizzou and Eli Drinkwitz. Last night I was trying to rank the West top to bottom and the East top to bottom. Texas A&M here today. LSU owes them as well, obviously. So it's going to be fun, man. Kicking it off here live in Nashville. Hotel's incredible. Nashville's incredible. And Jake, what are you most excited for today?
I think maybe the biggest headliner, one of the biggest headliners in this entire deal is going to be here today. It's going to be LSU's quarterback.
Yep.
Jayden Daniels. We were talking about it with multiple people last night. It's not to say they're not great football players, but look, we all love the quarterback, and I hope Matt Flynn's not listening when I said that, but that is the case. Like, we want to see the quarterbacks, and so Jayden Daniels, what he did a year ago, what he's expected to do this year, he's going to be one of the biggest names here, and so I'm excited to see how he kind of comes in, how he handles himself, kind of some of the different things that he'll talk about today, because last year he wasn't here, and T-Bob, you did a great job of laying it out last week. Completely different group for LSU this year than it was a year ago. When you look at who's here compared to who was here last year, I mean, it's just a completely different program right now.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So definitely we talk about how there can be a lot of commentary on what Brian Kelly's built in here simply off of who they're bringing. I think the other major element to pay attention to today that's going to show you just how different it's all going to be for LSU are the questions Brian Kelly's going to get. Think about the questions last year, right? It was all about can he fit in, can he recruit, taking over the program, what needs to be fixed, et cetera, et cetera. You would struggle to find, and there were no expectations for actually winning the West. I mean, you were coming off of your first losing season in, what was it, like 20-something years?
Yep.
Over the course of 2 years, you've been one game under 500. And so you will not. I believe. I'm trying to think. Because I'm just spitballing this live here. If you look around at the other teams, I don't think you're going to find a bigger disparity in terms of expectations than what LSU was supposed to do last year versus what they're now going to do this year. At least be expected to do. Like, the questions today are going to be about winning the West.
Right.
The questions today are going to be about being a national championship contender, about a top 10 matchup with a Florida State team that is also a championship contender, about having a Heisman contender at quarterback. Really stop and think how out of line those questions would have been last year, and now just 365 days later, they're the questions that you have to ask because they're not even unrealistic. Like, if you look around as we go into this final year of the SEC as we know it, before the 2024 gene of college football begins, LSU is in the catbird seat. They are in a prime spot when it comes to the SEC West.
It is. I mean, last year you have Florida State, so you have this big opener, but it was more like two former giants of the past. And, Florida State obviously has been struggling longer than LSU. LSU was a 2-year stretch, but it was like, does that game really have any juice? Then it was a wild game, but compare that to this year. So just even staying with the opener, I mean, you're talking about a top 8 matchup. Like, that's the worst that game is going to be. And you're talking about national championships like you talked about. So last year, it was like, what was the win total, T? 7 or 8 or 7.5, something like that. It's like, okay, what can you really do in year number one? And, it just needs to look better. It doesn't necessarily have to be this, 9-10 win season, but it just needs to look better. It needs to look like you have improvements. You're going in the right direction. And then you go and win the West. And so, you're right. I mean, the expectations are completely different here. I mean, when you look, the teams here, like, how many truly have a chance to win a national championship? Like, if we went and asked every single table here, in their heart of hearts, they'd probably tell you 3. And LSU is one of the 3 right now. And so completely different than it was a year ago.
And so I'm excited to explore those topics with Kelly and Daniels and Williams. Shout out Ribs Huey, by the way. Did an excellent job of the on-site production, getting us up and running. Good job, Mario and Taylor, back in Central Command. Fingers crossed. It seems like everything is going well. I know that we all really enjoyed seeing Chris Dorian in his LSU uniform yesterday. He looked fantastic. We were lucky enough to be arriving at the hotel when he was. He looked like a tall Jay Johnson. Like, he looked like the coach, quite frankly. And I thought he wore it Well, there's a lot of talk and chat about me being all talk. Where are my jorts? Where's my cowboy hat? I will say I got dissuaded from the jorts. Okay, so I do not have any jorts, but cowboy hat is going to be in fact, probably a full Western outfit is going to be the first purchase as soon as work is finished today. Trust me, nobody is more disappointed than me that I've lost one of my Nashville days without a cowboy hat. But it's okay. We're going to bounce back in a big way tomorrow. Oh, and now they got the coffee bar set up, dude. Yeah, it's a little bit better than being in old I like Hoover, but this is a little bit nicer here in Nashville.
Look, Hoover's fine. Hoover's fine. It's okay. And Atlanta's okay. I don't want to, Atlanta, the College Football Hall of Fame, and it's okay. It's kind of spread out, as you know.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you do. Like, this feels like everything's pretty close to what we're trying to get done here. And so there's plenty of things to do. Now, we'll say this. This is the land of construction. You cannot look 4 feet.
They seem to be building a second city.
Yes. You
on
cannot
top
look.
of the city.
There's more cranes. Like, I've never seen anything quite like this. There's cranes everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. So good on Nashville, but I'm excited to be here. I mean, of course, the home of the Vanderbilt Commodores. And, I mean, Clark Lee and Vandy coming off of their best year since, what, the James Franklin era?
5 wins,
I
beat
would
Florida.
assume. Yeah, beating Florida, 5 wins.
Was it Kentucky and Florida in back-to-back weeks, I believe, actually.
Yeah, it was incredible. He had a little Beamer-esque late little 1-2 combo like South Carolina did. It completely changed the feeling on their year as well. Eric says they need to meet today in New Orleans. I think they would eventually. We'll see on the bullet tie. All right, guys.
It does sound like maybe Dallas is in the near future, which is kind of Big 12 country, but
not anymore.
Maybe you're trying to plant the flag a little bit. You got 2 teams in Texas.
So I would say not anymore. All right, when we get back, we continue to break down exactly what today means for LSU. We got weekend winners. Kick off hour number 2 as well. And, yeah, keep it locked right here. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. Hit the like button. We're going to be here all week. Today, like I said, going to be a little light on guests because, well, nobody's here yet. But the rest of the week, bringing you all the players, coaches, personalities, all that and more. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. It's a great website to start your car purchasing journey at. All-Star Toyota. You go there today, and, well, maybe you already have an idea of what you want. Maybe you want a Tundra, which is like a big truck, or a Sienna, maybe a little minivan. Maybe you don't know, though. Like I've talked about a lot in the past. I went in there the second time with a number. I was not expecting to need another vehicle. I went in there with a number, and they ended up finding me something that matched what me and my family needed perfectly. So get the customer service, get access to the great service department, everything else. It's the easiest and best way to get your new vehicle. All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
It certainly is. And remember, you can customize that vehicle right there online. You can check out the rental department as well. So if you want to head to Nashville, maybe you want to get a last-minute vacation in before school starts, you can go ahead and go to the website, find that rental today, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m.
Moscona inviting to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We're live from Radio Row at SEC Football Media Days, and the Tigers are on the big stage. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I woke up this morning, my head felt dense. I splashed it with water, trying to make it make sense. I stumbled to the kitchen.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB live from Radio Row in Nashville, 104.5 ESPN. The morning shows are rolling right along. There's a just certain excitement in the air. LSU on the docket today. And remember, our coverage here at SEC Media Days is brought to you by Hudco Roofing, bringing you live coverage of 2023 SEC Football Media Days, Monday, July 17th through Thursday, July 20th. Find highlights from the week on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Our coverage also brought to you locally by Rev Business and Relief Windows. The coffee cart is out. We've got some delicious, nice mugs here. All right, let's talk about who's on the docket today. So before we get into any players, before we get into any teams, Jake, Greg Sankey is going to be giving his opening statements. Yeah. And it's always an interesting time as well, this is where kind of the future has been laid out before. This is where last year it felt like he kind of took shots at the Big Ten and other conferences when Kevin Warren was out here championing a super conference, basically saying, we are already the conference. Obviously, there's a lot of interesting talking points between trying to get ESPN to pay for a 9th SEC game, Texas and Oklahoma coming. I'm sure he's got some folksy Bob Dylan wisdom ready to drop on us. And Greg Sankey now extended through 2028. As, that makes all the sense in the world, considering the job that he did. What are you expecting to hear out of Sankey today?
I don't know, because last year, like you mentioned, T, we kind of knew that he was going to talk about realignment. Geographical was something, what did he say, like 11 times?
Yeah.
Because he was taking a shot because he's like, hey, the teams we're adding, they actually touched the other states of the teams already in our conference. And so I don't know what today. What they do.
No. Sorry, they do, but you throw me down a side tangent, which is in the far-flung future. I don't know that actually matters, right?
It
in
felt
the
like it mattered to him last year.
It did for sure, and maybe that was just a good attack angle. But what I'm saying is pointless. I'm talking about
but the ones that they would add, Florida State, Clemson, they would touch too. So.
Potentially, but then I mean, you look at the NFL and the Saints was dumb, but they played in the West forever. Like in these,
the Braves used to play in the West.
Yeah,
in the NL West.
When you reach the eventual super leagues, geography won't quite matter as much. But whatever. Sorry, side tangent. Go on.
So I really don't know what today's main talking point is going to be. Obviously, you start talking about NIL and transfer portal. Those are things that are going to get discussed. I'm not sure that there's going to be one major headliner that he talks about. Now, Greg Sankey's incredible behind the mic. He is the leader of college football in a lot of people's eyes, including ours. So I'm sure there will be something, but there's not that one thing that we can say, okay, well, for sure he's going to get up there and talk about that. It's going to maybe move the needle. Like we can expect NIL and transfer portal, like I mentioned. I'm not sure that there's going to be – we know now when Oklahoma and Texas are coming into the conference. They've been at SEC spring meetings, and so they've already somewhat become a part of the conference. And so, that was a big question last year. When's it actually going to happen? I mean, obviously he's going to get some of the schedule questions. Why'd you decide to go 8, you not go 9? How long do you think that's going to go on? But those are some of the things that we know he's going to talk about. I'm not sure right now that there's an unknown, but as we know here at Media Days.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good point. Before. I mean, how much do they lean into the fact? Because I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I mean, this is the end of the SEC as we know it, right? If you're my age, when were divisions started, Jake? 92 or something like that, maybe. So functionally, if you're our age, you really haven't known any different your entire life. You grew up watching the West battle for supremacy, the East battle for supremacy, and then meeting in Atlanta. This is the last time that's going to take place. It'll be divisionless after this and rotating schedules. And I like all of that, but it is kind of a sign to zoom back in and enjoy this year, what you grew up on while you still have it. I also love the fact that LSU just seems to be lining up in the, like I said, a prime position to maybe win the West in the last year of the SEC West.
Yeah, we've had divisions so long that Chris Doering played in the first SEC championship game.
The first one?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was in Birmingham, though, before they moved it to Atlanta. But, I mean, you're right. We've always – you walk in, and T knows this, but you walk in, day one, team meeting. Okay, well, the first goal is going to be to win the SEC West, right? You win the SEC West, and then you have a chance to win the SEC. And you win the SEC, you got a chance to win a national championship. That was always the first goal was to win the West. And it's going to look completely different. The rotation of the schedule is going to look completely different. And we don't know for how long this new rotation that we all talked a lot about that we're going to get in 2024, how long that's actually going to last. There's not, it could be a year, T. It could be 1 year, and then we're like, okay, well, let's move to something else because now ESPN's come back to us. They're going to pay us this amount of money for these extra games. And so we still don't really know what the future is going to look like. I mean, we were talking last night, LSU and Mississippi State have played for over 100 years. That's a game that's in 2024 not going to be played. Does it come back in 25? Does it stay on the rotation? We get Florida in 2024. Yeah. Does that game go away? So even though we do have – news as far as what it's going to look like in 2024, it could just be literally for that year.
Yeah, and what's funny about the Sankey speaking on the schedule expansion is that I feel like you're not going to get better insight than what we got out of Scott Woodward when he came in studio. When was it, last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago. And he even dropped a Mickey Mouse. So I was like, ooh, okay, Scott. Basically saying, look, if ESPN wants it, they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
And if you paid any attention to the news at all right now, ESPN has been tightening the purse strings in a lot of ways, right? Moving on from a lot of people, they've been very out there after their Big 12 deal, talking about how they're not necessarily looking for too much more content acquisition. It's been one of the hang-ups of the Pac-12 trying to find their footing. Now, they have made some big moves, like you think about something like the Pat McAfee show, but now they got the writer's strike and everything. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. The decision whether or not to get a ninth game, I don't even know what Sankey could really say on it, because ultimately that's a Disney coming to the table with more money thing, and who knows how far that off and how far down the priority list that is when you think about a corporation that has $150 billion in assets and everything else going on. So I think, look, the bottom line is this is going to be just a fantastic celebration of the SEC and the SEC that we have known. And then once we enter, the new 2024 team, the unknown next year, that's when, think about this, like next year, what will we think of Texas coming into the conference? Will they have come through on their Big 12 potential? Will they have blown it again? Will Oklahoma have bounced back from Venables? Like, it's going to be vastly different a year from now even.
That's why I think there's massive pressure on those two teams. And not only for what they need to do, because they've, every single year it feels like Texas has underperformed, even though we know since 2009 was the last time they were picked number 1 in the preseason. But still, like, you want to come into a new league, you want to come in sprinting, not limping, right?
Yeah.
If you're Oklahoma and you have another year that looks anything close to what you did a year ago, that is troublesome, right? Brent Venables, you got this new coach, and you were high and mighty for a decade plus. You're going to the college football playoff. Now, you didn't win anything, but you went every year, and there's something to say about that. And then for Texas, yet again, another high expectation year. The most expectations technically since 2009.
No, and beyond another high. Yes, they weren't even thought of this highly coming off of the Sugar Bowl, because Oklahoma was still the behemoth. Oklahoma still sucked up all the oxygen in the Big 12 room. This is the first time since 2009 that Texas has been the media favorite to win it.
Yeah, and if you go 8-5 again, and you also limp into the SEC, that's a lot of pressure. And then you're talking about the competition changing, recruiting battles are going to be a little bit different for you as well. So, you're talking about two teams that have more pressure. In my opinion, those two teams have more pressure than any two teams in America.
All right, so we're spinning out a little bit into next year. Why don't we do this? Let's go to break, and when we get back, let's focus back in on this year. We'll talk about which teams are here today, which coaches are here today, and which players you're going to hear from. We touched on it. Not a super banner list of players this year, but today there's two names today that I think actually have pretty good name recognition and that are going to be very interesting to talk about. So we'll break all of it down next here on OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org is the website for all your plumbing needs, man. Flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage. Everybody's licensed, bond insurance. You can trust who's coming to your home. And like I always talk about, man, how is business still lasting? Has it stood the test of time? And obviously, Central Plumbing has. The Payne family's been doing it for 50 years. It's not just repairs, though. So when you overstink it, don't overthink it. CentralPlumbing.org.
It is not only repairs. If you're looking to upgrade it to your home or your business, go to that homepage and you'll see exactly what we're talking about right there on the tabs. If you're looking to remodel your bathroom, your restroom, if you're looking to go tankless with a tankless water heater, they can come and install all of that. Give them a call today at 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. Operator, what you put me on through? Gotta
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood.
Join me, Jimmy Ott, in a Tanny Hanny. That's right, he's back for the beach. It's Monday's edition of Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, New Orleans-style po' boys and cafe. Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, Monday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Way back up in the country, back in the hills, down in the hollers where the folks are real, living with the crazies and the old wildcats, sawed-off shotguns and coonskin caps. That's where I'm from, and I'm proud to say I'm from the country, and I like it that way. Everybody knows everybody, everybody calls you friend. You don't need an invitation. Kick off your shoes, come on.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I'm seeing a lot of SEC West elitism going on, Jake. Somebody mentioned, do you hang the banners for the West or whatever? Let's not lose perspective here, boys, okay? I know it's not going to exist after this, but winning the West matters. And there was a time back in the day where winning the West mattered a lot, okay? Remember what it felt like back in, 2001? Didn't LSU go 5-3, but managed to win the West? You square up with a Tennessee team that you had no business beating. A Tennessee team ranked number 2 in the country, going to go play for a national championship. And Matt Mock, after Rohan Davey goes down, comes out in, legendary fashion, leads the comeback. You win that game, you go to the Sugar Bowl. No, there are some damn special memories when it comes to winning the West. Some of those battles with Arkansas, where the winner was going to take it, or the period where it seemed like whoever won the Auburn game was going to be the one. Then Alabama. So, no, man, I am not. The second you start to look your nose down at stuff like that, you have forgotten the face of your father. The second you do that, you become like Alabama or any of these other elitists that lose perspective. So don't lose perspective. I want the West. And it's funny, Jay, because you look at the 3 teams today, and last night when I was very drunk at about 11:30, I was in my room filming a video trying to rank the SEC West teams. And, I came out with LSU 1, obviously Alabama 2, and then I went Texas A&M 3. And speaking of the West, do we owe them for how that team in lives? They're going to be here today. Jimbo Fisher bringing 3 players. Fidel Diggs, a defensive lineman, McKinley Jackson, but really the big name, Ainias Smith, coming. Because I know you're well, I don't know exactly how you feel on Texas A&M. Where would you rank them in this year's West?
I think they're a great unknown. I'd probably put them 4, and I'm not even sure who I would put 3, but I can't give them 3 right now. I think I would put them somewhere around 4 because I do think they have a talent base that is, going to be better than the other teams that they're kind of surrounded by. If you look at like maybe in Arkansas, if you look at where Auburn's at right now. But the dynamic is something we just don't know how it's going to play out. We have no idea. I mean, Jimbo finally giving over play calling duties. You kind of ended, last season the right way for them. They beat LSU. They get some momentum. But I just don't know. Is Jimbo truly going to hand it over? And if he does hand it over, what offense is Bobby Petrino going to run? Is it going to work in today's college football? I've said it 1,000 times. Petrino's team last year in the FCS was in the 50s in total offense. So it wasn't like they were the number 5 offense in the FCS. I mean, they didn't put up a lot of points at their level. Now, all those players are the same level. I understand that, but they didn't do anything that was a world beater. They had a great game plan against Arkansas, and you think that game probably meant something to Bobby Petrino. Outside of that, they were a very basic offense at the FCS level. So talent, yes. They've recruited. They've got guys through the portal. But I just don't know what the dynamic of that team is going to look like offensively.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big question, man. But okay, so answer me this then, though. And I don't mean this I think people get lazy with A&M, and you can just say they have the talent, and you don't really expound upon that. Offensively, they actually do have the horses. They returned their entire offensive line. Now, their offensive line wasn't great last year, but again, like you're getting at here, like, schematically, I think their offensive line was put in some pretty crap spots. And I know that feeling. Trust me. When it's like, hey, we're going to do exactly what the defense expects us are going to do, but we're just expect you to win because you just have to be better. It's tough to do, especially when you run into teams that are either as talented or more talented than you. Right. But they returned their entire offensive line. They got Connor Wegman coming back, who was getting pretty good by the end of last year, and then you got Ainias Smith, who's going to be there today. Like this feels like an offense where if they do, I guess it's a bit like the Saints in that way. If they do figure it out schematically, like they have the players to be one of the best in the conference and maybe even the country.
They do. Now they've lost some players as well.
Losing A-Chain sucks.
Yeah, they lost some players through not only the NFL draft, but through the transfer portal as well. So, look, the roster's good. It's good enough to win. It's good enough to beat some of the top teams in the SEC. I mean, we saw it against LSU last year. Like, they found a way because they have very talented players. I don't know if right now I can say, okay, yeah, I know that offensively they're going to make the changes that they need to make to be successful, to keep up with the times. Like, I don't – you're talking about two more old-school coordinators, Jimbo and Bobby Petrino. Like, can they truly make that next step that they have to take? I don't know. You're talking about a lot of, heavy-powered people there.
Yeah.
And the first, third and 8, when you're on the road against Miami, second game of the season, how's that going to play out?
I don't know. I got to imagine that Petrino's going to have control here. I mean, but maybe not. I mean, I still don't even really understand the Petrino hire. Like, is that because that's who you could get because it feels like Jimbo Fisher's a dead man walking? Because we certainly saw that with LSU with that Ogeron as he was having to rehire coordinators, right? It became tougher and tougher to try to get a prime candidate because, well, if people don't believe you're going to be there in 2 years, like, why would I uproot my family and take this job? But for Petrino, it makes sense for him to take the job because it kind of it's for him, it's getting back into the limelight, getting back into the big leagues where he's been shunned now for years, right? He's been forced to wander the desert and go all around and try to find himself. So, let's be clear. If we're talking about things to expect to hear today, Jimbo Fisher's going to be asked that question, approximately 7,000 times? Like, every question is going to be about offense, and every question is going to be about, and you're probably going to ask the exact 3rd and 8 setup there.
I will, yes. I mean, I think Cole and I have him later today on Sirius, and we both played for Jimbo, so we're going to try to lean on that, try not to make him too angry, but I want to lean into that. I'm going to ask him that question because why did you do it? Was it because, NIL and all these things, it's just too much for any coach to be a head coach / coordinator now? You and I have talked about that a bunch. Was it because you felt like there was pressure? Did you do it because maybe you just needed some help. Maybe offensively when you're coming up with a game. I don't know. Like, I want to know exactly what went through that process. He's not going to tell us, hey, they pretty much forced me to hire a guy. Like, he's not going to tell us that. But I want to know why you did it and why you went out and got a guy like Bobby Petrino. I'm sitting here looking at the stats in front of me. They were 101st nationally last year in scoring. 101.
Yeah, A&M you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so but the big but in all of this, Jake, is that LSU game. I mean, you had the chance to completely ruin them. You had the chance to make them the absolute joke of the conference. So they've been 4-8 on the year. Maybe if they had lost that game, maybe, was it maybe 1-6 or 2 or 1-7 maybe in the FC? I guess what I'm getting at is, like here in the chat, Emil says never forget that App State bullied A&M around. Agreed. But then how do we square that A&M bullied LSU? Because they did.
Yeah.
Like they
without
lined
question
up
they did.
and they beat your ass.
Yeah.
They did. It wasn't fancy. They ran A-Chain down your throat.
Yeah.
And so I guess my point is, yes, it was a joke at times. Yes, it was an embarrassment. It was a complete failure in terms of results relative to talent. But in that LSU A&M game, you saw a bit of the potential if they can get the toughness buy-in, if they can, have a good offense philosophically, even though I guess maybe not as much there because it's got to look different. But you just saw the potential what they can do because it was a pretty good LSU team last year. And again, they didn't just beat you. It wasn't fluky. It wasn't close. Like, they beat your ass last year. So you can make fun of them for App State, but, I mean, they can make fun of you. They got you head-to-head. So I don't know, man. I guess maybe I'm just too scarred by that game, but I see A&M as looking pretty frisky for potential.
Now, A&M can't do what they did against LSU for a full season and expect to have great results. You can do that a couple of times a season, but if that's
in what way? What do you mean? They're just running the ball? Just, yeah.
You can't do that for a full season.
True.
It worked in that game, but when you look at pass efficiency, they were next to last in the SEC. That's why they weren't a good football team.
Yep.
They could run the football. I mean, A-Chain just got drafted. The offensive line is going to be better. They were young but very talented. You have to be able to throw the football because if you don't, then, you can win a couple of one-off games. You're not going to be successful, and that's going to be the biggest question mark. They've got the receivers, right? They've got guys. I mean, Anaya Smith, he's a receiver / back / everything. Like, they've got weapons. Evan Stewart, very good receiver. How do you get them the football? Are your passing combinations up to date? Because they've been outdated.
Yeah.
They just have. There's not been a lot of movement in what they've done. There's not a lot of movement within that offense. What I mean by that is there's not a, hey, all right, Connor Wegman, let me look out there. Okay, hey, I'm giving you a hand signal, 2-man route combination, ready to go. I mean, the offense was the play is called, you run the play, and that doesn't jive.
It doesn't jive, but a returning quarterback, always means that you can start to put a bit more on his plate, right? And how many different quarterbacks? And they dealt with a lot of injuries last year. Felt like they had a new quarterback, new offense, basically coming, like being brought to bear every single week. I'm just and look, guys, I'm not like going out of my way to hype up A&M here. I'm just saying that like there are, and then okay, we always mention the exodus of talent, but at the same time, Jake, sometimes those people that leave, it's like. Good. You know what I'm saying? Like, good. Did you ever have somebody that transferred out that you were upset about transferring out? Now, I know times are different now, but if I just think back to my own playing days, whenever somebody transferred out, it was, okay, yeah. Because either you weren't going to play here, you weren't fitting in, you had a bad attitude. Like I'm not, it is different now, again, because money and everything else. But, like, at the end of the day, like, it's a good riddance type of thing. Like, yeah, you might have lost some frontline talent, but maybe your culture emerges better on the other side because of it. Maybe. All I'm saying is, like you said, you pick them to finish fourth because you can't go third, but you can't figure out who's third. Well, then who is third? Because I don't think I see any team in the West with higher potential than A&M.
If you told me, like, right, hey, you got to do it on July the 17th, you got to give me the third team, I probably would go with Arkansas. I think I would. I just think KJ Jefferson and, Rocket Sanders in the backfield. Ole Miss, to me, Junkins, top 5 back in the league. I just don't – the quarterback, is it going to be Dart? Is Sanders going to come in if Dart has a couple of bad plays in a row? I'm not really sure about the Ole Miss defense.
Is Walker Howard the
some
third
receivers.
Quarterback still?
Yeah.
What a weird transfer, dude.
I mean, but Arkansas, like offensively, you lose Kendall Briles, you lose Loggins, who looked like he was going to be the OC, but now he's the OC at South Carolina. So, but KJ Jefferson took a beating the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Right? If you get an offensive coordinator that comes in, understands, hey, we got to take care of this guy. This guy is our offense, and maybe you don't run him as much. You don't run as much Q power and some of the things that they were doing. I kind of like them having some veterans in the backfield there. Defensively, I think Arkansas. Now, Catalan goes to Texas, so you lose a really talented player in the back end there. But, again, July 17th, I think I'm going Arkansas third in the West.
Okay. It is kind of funny that Mississippi State ended up 4-4 last year, and yet I feel like they're going to be. Is Mississippi State going to be picked last this season? I'm not taking shots, Rivs. Relax. Don't
I don't know. They might.
They on my drunken 2 a.m. or 11 a.m. last night. They ended up last on my list, but maybe that's just a bit of Zach.
Because you're pretty high on Auburn, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I am very high on the long-term potential. And because of that, I think they'll be a bit friskier than we think. So I had them second to last. I think it ended up going Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, Mississippi State is where I ended up.
Mississippi State's a great unknown. Like we have no idea because you
probably
you
pretty dummy considering they have like a big time returning quarterback.
Yeah, and you had the Mike Leach offense, and Zach Arnett's like, no, that's not what we're going to do. They're going to have wholesale changes offensively as far as the schematics of what they want to do, but we don't know. Like we don't know how that's going to play. Like defensively, they're going to be the same team. They're going to be like a little hybrid version of the 3-3-5. They're going to do the things that Zach Arnett's always done defensively, but offensively, if you're going from the air raid to more of a pro-style offense, like that's a transition.
It's a big transition.
That's going to take some time. You haven't recruited to that. Offensive line-wise, you've recruited to the air raid. It's a different offensive lineman than if you're running something else. I mean, you know as well as anybody.
Air raid very friendly to O-linemen. That ball comes out quickly. But then again, run blocking is easier than pass blocking. So, I don't know.
I mean, their runs last year were, swing passes.
Yeah.
That's like a run in the
They weren't bad at running the ball, though, under Leach. It was just that different. It's just a completely different style of running the ball than what they're going to end up at. But, look at that,
they were 6-1 at home. I mean, they had a good year last year.
That's what I'm saying. You forget that them, like they did the opposite of Ole Miss. Ole Miss collapsed. Mississippi State seemed to rise as the season went on. All right, look, we're just going to continue to break down SEC. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked, 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon, McKernan Injury Attorneys. You need somebody who's going to fight for you in the courtroom. 225-888-8888. You can do any area code and then all the 8s. I would go find Gordon on Instagram at @GetGordon. Go look at the sit down with Cade Beloso, talking about watching the Florida players wilt during the championship when Paul Skeen started to run out to the dugout. It is absolutely fantastic. And there's tons of content like that going on always over there at @GetGordon.
Yeah, you go to the website, getgordon.com. Right there, you can have a chat with them. So any question, concern that you might have, you can find that on the homepage of the website. Also a list of, obviously cases they can handle for you, past client results. T-Bob mentioned some of the social media stuff. @GetGordon is that handle on all major platforms. Area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted inside of me.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to...
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. All right, football guys. It's football season. SEC Media Days is upon us. We're talking SEC football. And if LSU gets a baseball transfer, I'm going to squeeze it in. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You were the first thing that I thought of when I thought I drank you off my mind.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing, All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yeah, I remember Hudco Roofing bringing you live coverage of the 2023 SEC Football Media Days, Monday, July 17th through Thursday, July 20th. Find all the highlights from this week on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Coverage also brought to you locally by Rev Business and Relief Windows. Also subscribe to Off the Bench, Saints, and LSU. We'll get some Saints talk in throughout the week. I think Nick Underhill may finally be back from Europe. There's a lot of good we got weekend winners kick off next hour. There's a lot of good talk in here about Jayden Daniels that I want to have a little more time to talk about. So we'll maybe get there a bit later. I'm going to ask you a very simple question here, Jake. When Greg Sankey was extended, the Georgia president, Jerry Moorhead, came out and called Greg Sankey a visionary. Do you believe that Greg Sankey is indeed, has he been a visionary?
I think he's been everything and then some. Anything that, any label that you want to put on. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, the league was great. The league was in good standing, T. But look at where it's at now. Now, obviously, like, that was built on the foundation of others. But what he's done with this league, he's not sat stagnant. I think he's continuing to look for ways to make this the biggest league, continue to be the top dog over the Big Ten. And I know the Big Ten TV deal, even though that TV deal wasn't exactly signed, sealed, and delivered like we thought it was, I think he's done everything that you want your commissioner to do. I mean, I have more trust in that man than anybody else in college athletics.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, man. You look and I remember when I first read this quote, I was like, okay, you know, I'm in the business of critically thinking about things and then coming up with interesting opinions. And I was wondering, okay, like, surely there's got to be some sort of angle here where I can say something that maybe it's a bit against the grain or something that's just different than what other people are saying, but you kind of look at it and no, objectively, it's really hard to argue against. Now, one thing I've heard people say is, oh, well, yeah, but, he's only been able to do so much because those who came before him, but that's anything in life, right? Yeah. It's the old saying, I've only seen so far, standing on the shoulders of the giants who came before me. I mean, whatever. That's literally anything in life. If you look at it, at a time when the fabric, the literal fabric of college sports has shifted and is changing constantly in these chaotic times, he has the SEC where the last 4 winners of the college football playoff, last 4 football national champions, all from the SEC, 3 different teams. You have the last 4 men's college World Series winners, all from the SEC, all 4 different teams. You got back-to-back NCAA women's championships, 2 different teams. I mean, again, yes, like any other conference, it is a bit top-heavy, but this is not the total recalled 3-boobed woman that is the Big Ten. This is a conference in the SEC that is and seemingly gaining traction, and not just football, but all sports. It's just fantastic. It's hands down. If anything, Jake, the only problem Greg Sankey's done too good, and it's like, I think college sports as a whole is maybe suffering a little bit because of how hyper-localized it seems to be becoming.
Yeah, we'll have to hit this on the other side, but I only have time to ask you, was she in the remake with Colin Farrell as well?
I didn't see the Total Recall remake.
I know she was in the original.
But she has to be. I mean, she has to be.
It's iconic.
Like, you don't not redo the 3-boobed woman from Total Recall if you're going to remake Total Recall.
Yeah.
But you know what you do? You need to reboot it, and you need to add a 4th boob because Nebraska is the 4th boob.
Okay.
Off the
Never
bench with
forget.
Hester and T-Bob.
Go to somewhere that I'm about to tell you about. DraftKings. Look, man, you want to bet with DraftKings? Use the promo code Baton Rouge to sign up. DraftKings Sportsbet app. Jake, you've been a little quiet on the gambling front lately, Bo. What's been going on?
There's right now you're kind of in that period where maybe you can't put the 73-team parlays together because you just had the All-Star break in Major League Baseball. Obviously, NFL not yet kicked off, NBA just finishing up. But now that baseball is back, you've got some UFC fights going on as well. Hey, don't worry. Parlay Builder will be back here pretty soon.
Yeah. So that's what Jake does, and that's what you can do. Remember, if you're a DraftKings customer and you already are one, you can always get that bigger payout with your DraftKings same-game parlays. Remember, new customers use that promo code Baton Rouge Bet $5. You get $150 in bonus bets. So what are you waiting for? DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it today.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Rev Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore and down the bayou to the coast, all to connect your business with the world. Rev is about big business technology with small business personal service, powerful solutions, unmatched local service. Rev Business.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Monday, July 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 97. Coming up on OTB, we're live from the SEC Football Media Days, and we have a new edition of Weekend Winners coming up next, and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from Nashville, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Live from Radio Row. It's starting to heat up a little bit, boys. Okay, we start to get some people coming alive here. Shows cranking up. Players should be arriving here. Well, LSU's up first, and I know immediately after the show ends, I don't have to leave early, actually, I figured out. But immediately after the show ends at 10 a.m., I'll be heading up to go interview Kelly and Daniels and Williams and Wingo. So, Brian Kelly, is this the second year in a row LSU kicked it off, I believe?
Yeah, it is.
Also, in terms of star power.
Yeah, I mean, you come out throwing a fastball.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Somebody who's going to handle himself well. And I know we've talked about it plenty, but it's something that has been cropping up nationally as well when I do hits is just how much more likable LSU Kelly is than what Notre Dame Kelly was perceived to be. And so now, like, if he was already likable, and he was already able to work the room pretty well, what happens now when he's coming off of a 10-4 year, an SEC West championship, as a returning Heisman candidate quarterback? And speaking of, today between Anaya Smith and Jayden Daniels, two of these stronger name recognition kind of star power guys that you are going to see all week long. So it promises to be a very good day one.
Yeah, you got a lot of linemen here, and look, I love a good offensive lineman. I mean, in my NFL career, I had 3 fingers in the ground way more than I was in a 2-point stance. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that. You got some D linemen here as well, but those don't typically move the needle as much as some of the skill players. And so those two definitely stand out today. But, like, for what we're doing, like, we know Mekhi Wingo is an All-American.
Yeah, that's,
like,
yeah.
But even, like, okay, like, if we went – we went through every table here, and I would say it's guaranteed. Maybe not Cole, because Cole obviously does deep dives. But every table here, and I said, okay, give me an LSU defensive tackle. Every one of them would say Mason Smith.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. Not one table would say Mekhi Wingo outside of maybe Cole over there.
And that makes – and,
but that's an All-American, though.
Yeah, but Mekhi Wingo's – he continues to be disrespected for sure.
Mekhi was somebody that in the portal got disrespected. right? I mean, the people that did either the film breakdowns had him as the highest-rated transfer that LSU took in last year. He was probably the least talked about guy of the guys that started and played. Now this year, and look, we're excited as anyone to see what Mason Smith can do coming off an ACL injury. Like we saw him the other day in the studio. Like he's ready to go. But you're also talking about a defensive tackle that literally played like every snap a year ago. I mean, what was it, 97% when you and I were charting it last year?
Is that what it was?
Crazy
I forgot
like
that. No, I didn't even realize
Yeah.
that. That's insanity. Like you're now he won the Iron Tiger Award, which is a strength and conditioning award. So he definitely I mean, if anybody can handle it, he seems to have put in the work. But that is a position that does not lend itself to playing 97% of snaps and having success.
And so, like, even though, like, he's not going to be maybe on the marquee here, and, again, not going to be on the marquee in a lot of conversations, even in his position at LSU because of a Mason Smith, you're talking about one of the 5 best players in the country at his position.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a guy that I'm glad he's here. Speaking of, like, guys that are here, I'm glad a guy like that gets an opportunity because he did it on the field last year. He's expected to do it yet again. I fully expect him to be an early draft guy if he has a season like he had a year ago. And I'm glad, like, guys like that get this kind of opportunity to be here and to kind of be on this stage and, you know, to get celebrated.
Well, and we were talking a bit about that on Scone and T, which was like, you know, Matt was talking about how he kind of wishes that the conference would, you know, force an Ole Miss to bring a Jackson Dart, right, or force a Georgia to bring Carson back, and I understand that, but in terms of what it is now, it is a wonderful reward to get chosen to come here.
Yeah.
It is one of the most unique experiences you could possibly have as a player. And while sure, here on the media side of things, I'm always down if they want to force the guys that are going to – because, like, if you have Jackson Dart here, there's immediately terribly interesting lines of questioning, right? How do you feel when they brought in Spencer Sanders? How do you feel when they brought in Walker Howard? Are you worried about playing?
And if
Carson Beck, how do you replace Stetson Bennett?
If Lane brought Jackson Dart here, then Spencer Sanders back home, you know, Walker Howard back home, like, where's their mindset?
Yes.
There's so many mind games that go into it, and you can be like, well, that's kind of soft. A little bit, yeah. But also, like, you have to know who you're bringing because now, certainly, even more so than ever, you have to be careful kind of how you lay this out and who you're putting out there to represent your team.
Well, exactly. And so that's why the coaches don't want that, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to have to bring Jackson Dart. So as a media member, selfishly, I get it. That'd be interesting. But from the player's perspective, I do like that guys like Javon Foster from Mizzou get to come, an O-lineman that I never knew who he was before this. And, of course, like everybody you end up reading about, they're like, oh, they're a really good player. Of course they are. That's how they ended up here, right? Like, you have to be good. But the point of it is nice to see that because I do think that media future is coming. Where probably money talks and everything else walks, and you eventually have to bring the big-time guys. Your hand is kind of forced. So I like still a bit that the guys are going to be rewarded, even if it's maybe not going to make for the most interesting on this side of the table. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. It's hour number 2, which means we got weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We gotta keep our composure! You got too far!
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Win the whole thing.
All right, my first weekend winner. You see Sha'Carri Richardson this weekend, dude? Burning it in the 100-meter, dude. Remaining undefeated. Beating Cherokee Jackson, who, to be clear, I'm not going to front, obviously. I don't know much about the, about track and field year-round, but a slight amount of reading has told me that Jackson, actually has the fastest time on the year. She's Jamaican. We all know that Jamaicans love their track and field, love their speed. And although she has that fastest time, she's 0-2 against our girl Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri Richardson continuing to dominate, undefeated on the year. A 10.76, absolutely burning and continuing the warpath. after being denied the Olympics over some BS. And, I mean, look, I get it. You broke the rules. To me, BS. It's weed. Suck it up, nerds.
Yeah, that is certainly a weekend winner. That is blazing.
Blazing.
Like,
and
there's not a time in my
time.
life that I could run a time like that.
She's running 10.71 as well this year, Shikari has.
That's a great weekend winner. For my first weekend winner, T, I'm going to go to the MLS and the Miami franchise, Inter Miami, because it is now like officially official. We have Messi in Miami, Messi in the MLS. I mean, Messi was at a Publix grocery store, right? What's more American and what's more state of Florida?
So that
Publix
what
grocery
would you
store.
do if Lionel Messi was in Publix with
Dude,
you?
I mean, you're just walking in there trying to get some bread, and you see the greatest soccer player maybe of all time. I mean, it's great. I mean, you saw like the stadium was sold out just for like his like go out there and just like give a little slight.
And they had a
wave.
2-hour weather delay, and people still
Yes.
stuck around.
Yeah, tickets are going through the roof, and I know the MLS has done this before. Hell, David Beckham did it, but not to this level. I mean, this is good for the league, and hopefully, it'll be good for American soccer as they try to continue to grow the MLS.
I should have mentioned this as well, like Chad has pointed out. Richardson ran down Jackson, too. Like Jackson had a slight lead, and Richardson hawked her down and won in a photo finish. It was so badass. All right, my next weekend winner, the Titans getting DeAndre Hopkins. You know, I think that's a pretty good move for the Titans. I have nothing else to really add on top of that, though.
Well, I mean, they've tried to get, receivers that certainly have had their time to shine. And now I think Hopkins has more left than Julio Jones.
Yeah, now he needs but they have a hole that has to replace from A.J. Brown, right? They hadn't done it yet. When he went to Philly, that changed things for them significantly. You're trying to work in new quarterbacks. You still got Tannehill, like adding a weapon like yes. I think, and you know who else is a winner? Hopkins for getting out of Arizona. Arizona just seems a little toxic right now. It seems not good. The Titans seem like a much better led and much more stable franchise than do the Cardinals right now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. The Cardinals, like not that we're
they're going to take shots and be explosive
into the Cardinal. I don't. I mean, I just don't know. A little bit of I would have put it as a weekend loser a couple days ago, but the more that I kind of peel back the layers, I'm going to go weekend winner. And I know it happened on Friday last week. I think the ACC and the CW deal. I think I'm actually going to come around. Like, I've made plenty of jokes about Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill and all that, but the great Kent Lowe, the SID over at LSU, pointed out to us when we were talking about it on Friday, you got regional games that are on Bally, and we know about our battle with Bally and that app.
Yeah,
and
Bally sucks.
Just hot garbage. Well, now you're going to have what would have been regional games be nationally televised games.
So I think we have coexisting truths. The core idea
that's what's both
of ACC on the CW can remain untight, but I agree it is multiple orders of magnitude better than Bally.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it's national technically. Like
yeah, and now you can turn on the CW anywhere in the country, and you can watch those 50 basketball and football games. And I thought initially, I'm like, oh, this is going to be down the road. No, it's this year, September the 9th, Cincinnati and Pitt.
So the Pac-12,
buddy,
the Pac-12 network remains the only thing that you just can't find if you're trying to watch football.
Literally, you can download the app and you get like a 10-minute preview, and it's like sign in with your cable provider, and it's got like 6 providers I've never heard of. So I don't know.
I got a little triple dub here. I'm calling it Wimbledon weekend winners. First off, how about LSU? Shikari Richardson tearing it up at track and field and over there in Poland. And then Neil Skupski taking home his second Wimbledon doubles title in a row. The second British player in the open air to win the men's double title Wimbledon. I think it's the second row, maybe his first. But either way, former LSU guy now winning Wimbledon and a UK native, dude. That's got to feel good. And he is a 2-time champ. Excuse me. Shout out. Legend.
Yeah, I mean, outside of him being a Liverpool fan, as I'm seeing here on his Instagram, everything else is great. I mean, an Olympian,
Tigers,
LSU alum, a couple times he's won at Wimbledon there. Liverpool, a little bit of a red flag.
Now, the other weekend winners, obviously, Carlos Alcaraz, who we watched kind of while we were traveling yesterday. That match on and off, but him and Djokovic just having an absolute battle. And, I mean, how old is Alcaraz? I don't even know. He's 20. The third youngest Wimbledon champion, age 20. I know. He looked incredibly young yesterday. But to win in the manner he did, coming back in that second set like he did, and then beating, the best to ever do it. Man, there's more majors than anybody. Shout out Carlos Alcaraz. That's incredible. It looks like Skupski's from Liverpool as well, bro.
I mean, yeah, so is Everton, okay? Everton is in Liverpool.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got a choice to choose between the good guys and the bad guys, and
So
he
he chose
the
the good
guys.
team. He chose a team that wins, championships and titles and cups.
I mean, what grit does that have? None.
True. Yeah, if you want to be a man, you got to choose a team that makes it feel like you're punching yourself in your genitals every Saturday, okay? That's what real men do.
Yeah.
If you can you even say you lived if you never had to deal with a relegation game? Like if you never had to deal with your entire existence on the line?
Like Everton has the last 2 years.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Final games of the season, you got to go out there and find a way. So
you know what's not that scary? Finishing fourth. Whatever.
That's true.
You know what is scary? Finishing right above that relegation. That's how you know how you're alive.
I knew I wanted to get to this and I would forget. I'm glad you brought that up. The USL, so the second division in U.S. soccer, right under MLS, is toying with the idea of promotion and relegation.
I thought they approved it. Is it not? Is it not?
It's up for a vote. Well, it's up for a vote.
Okay.
So they've got two leagues. They have USL 1 and USL 2, and they're talking about actually doing the deal. Promotion, relegation. Because, look, as someone who had their team 19th in the or 18th in the standings out of 20, if they lost, they would go to the championship. The last game, they were an awful team. But I watched every kick because it meant something. It had something on the line, millions and millions of dollars on the line as well. So, look, promotion, relegation, let's do it.
I don't know what's on the line in the USL, but good on him. Again, Greg Sankey, if you really want to – I'm calling it now. That's going to be the big piece out of the opening statement. He's going to declare that, yes, that the SEC is moving to a promotion and relegation sort of setup. Bilbo says Alcaraz has some massive teeth. He has some massive lips, bro. My wife nailed it. He looks like not Jacob, but he looks like a werewolf from Twilight. Like he looks like he would have been one of the Wolfgang there.
Oh, so not Taylor Lautner, but
not Taylor Lautner.
Maybe one of his cousins.
Yeah, just like there's a whole wolf pack. I'm pretty sure in Twilight, and he's just one of the other wolves.
Yeah, wolves often do travel in packs.
My next weekend winner. How about Steph Curry, dude? Not content hitting a hole-in-one on Saturday at like an actual tournament, which it's got to be a good feeling because I know he's obsessed with golf, right?
Yeah.
But then winning the tournament with an 18-foot eagle putt. Take a bow, Steph Curry, a sniper, both in the court and on the pitch, the course.
The links?
The links, yes, and on the links.
I mean, look, country club sports and me, we don't mix. Never really did them growing up. So
speaking of the
congratulations.
Lynx, speaking of Steph Curry, I don't think she plays for Lynx, but that is a WNBA team. Who's the little girl from Oregon a couple years ago? Iniescu?
God bless you.
But you know who I'm talking about? She was like a massive superstar at Oregon a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah. My mind's in golf, yes. My mind's in golf.
Sorry,
you're talking basketball.
Yeah, Lynx, Minnesota Lynx. I jumped around a lot. Okay, whatever. The point is she had a 3-point contest over the weekend, Jake. She broke the all-time record, men's, women's, whatever, doesn't matter. Curry used to the record of 31. She scored 37 points. I think she missed 2 the entire time. If you haven't seen the video, it's legitimately unlike anything I've ever seen. Sabrina Ionescu, I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering your name, but a hell of a job. Simply incredible.
I thought you were about to try to get me to pull a golfer from Oregon.
No, my bad. I screwed that. The audience probably thought the same thing. I screwed that all up.
But yeah, shout out.
All right. When we get back, more OTB. Maybe dive into some of this Jayden Daniels talk that is taking place. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Also, ToyotaBatonRouge.com is the website. Airline Highway is where you can find All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, and also Toyota is where you can find your next vehicle. Whether you're looking to buy new, used, maybe just need to rent. If you're going on vacation, going to the beach, maybe going to Disney, something like that, you rent from All-Star Toyota. You avoid putting miles on your vehicle, and You get the cheapest per-day rental prices, cheaper than a lot of your rental companies. Just hit up our girl Lisa Sessions over there in the rental department. The bottom line, for whatever you need, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, go there today if you're buying new. If you want to customize, remember, you can do it on the website. You can go, you can put in everything that you want to put in to be able to have the second murdered out Mini driving around in Baton Rouge. Also, if you want to go in and do it, maybe you're a little bit old school, that's okay too. You can go in and you can do that as well. You can certainly check out the rentals. They've got great per-day rental prices. Go to the website today, allstartoyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We're live from Radio Row at SEC Football Media Days, and the Tigers are on the big stage. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Don't you dare go running down my little town where I grew up, and I won't cuss your city lights. If you ain't ever took a ride around and cruise right through the heart of my town, anything you say would be a lie.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing, All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Hanging out here live at Radio Row in Nashville. Rolling right along. Media Days about to get underway. When is Kelly going? About 11 a.m., I'm guessing, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I know they'll be doing a little closed Baton Rouge media session up in a hotel room, a little casting couch style. It's going to be going on around 10 a.m., and then I'm sure we'll be hitting the main stage after that. We still got our Greg Sankey opening press conference, kind of State of the Union, if you will. Always like hearing what Commissioner Sankey has to say, maybe one of the most powerful people in all sports. But I want to talk Jayden Daniels here because there's been a lot of, I saw some stuff earlier like, well, we're just lucky that LSU, that KJ Jefferson was hurt for the Arkansas game. Otherwise, you would have lost that. And, look, I understand you didn't play great against Arkansas. Now, I do hate that logic, though, right? Because you never know. Like, that's such a – the whole game goes differently if another quarterback – like, whatever. The point is, like, you don't know. The butterfly effect. You change that and everything ends up changing. But I want to talk about Daniels because the other conversation that I saw taking place kind of spun off of that was this idea that Jayden Daniels is who he is. And I understand how you arrive there because he has been starting for about 1 million games. My problem with this logic, though, Jake, is that if you just look at his career numbers, he's been two different people.
Yeah.
So you can't really say he is who he is or his ceiling has been met because you've already seen the volatility. The freshman year was incredible. The 17 touchdowns and 3 picks. The next 2 years were not good. Culminating in his third year where he had the 10 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And then he comes back last year and he gets back to that 17-3 ratio. And completes nearly 70% of the passes. Those are 3,000 yards. Rushes for 11 more touchdowns. So the point is, even within what we've seen out of him, you can't really say he is who he is because he's been wildly different guys. And, again, the thing you're all ignoring is he's in an infinitely better spot at LSU than he ever has been previously in his career. Returns all the weapons, returns all the coaches. Again, the coaching quality is much better. The facilities, everything else. Now he's the leader. He's QB1. He's coming to FCC Media Days for a reason. Like, to act like his story is written or that there's no room for improvement is just absurd to me.
Yeah, I think there's certain room for improvement. When you look at the totality of, like, his career, though, even with that bad season in 2021, he's thrown for almost 9,000 yards, completed 65% of his passes. He's thrown 49 touchdowns to only 16 interceptions. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I didn't think if we put everything together that they would look that good just on the surface, but they have. But he's gotten better from 2021 to 2022, certainly. And when you look at the numbers, obviously he throws more passes, throws 7 less interceptions. He throws more touchdowns. He throws more yards, has, 3 points added on his completion percentage. Like, all those are great things. He ran for more yards. He ran for more touchdowns. But still, you think there's a level. Let's say he's, out of 10, like, I think last year it's like a 7.5. There's still room for improvement. Like, there's still things that he can improve on.
Yes.
And now you've got another year with Denbrock, with Kelly, with Joe Sloan as your quarterback coach. Like, I expect it to go up, to get closer to that 10 than it has been. When you take A&M game, Arkansas game, like, those are the games, like, you got to get more consistent in those type of games. Now, you don't have to be on the Florida, Ole Miss, Alabama heater necessarily that you were on all year long, but your dips, you just want to have those dips maybe go to more midline than what they were.
He is, but he does have the potential to keep that heater going on, right? That's why he has the second best Heisman odds. And again, if you're saying he's a known quantity, there's no room for improvement, well, then explain me the 21 to 22 improvement.
Right.
Because he had still started 29 games going into last season, and yet he jumps up, like you said, 3 percentage points completion. He jumps up over 500 yards throwing the ball, goes up 7 touchdowns through the air, down 7 picks, goes up 5 touchdowns on the ground, rushes for over 100 more yards. So, no, I mean, the sky's the limit for him. And, again, he has a wide receiver room that is the envy of maybe everybody save for Washington in the country right now.
Yeah, I mean, Washington, Ohio State, the only teams that are kind of in that conversation, but LSU certainly in that top 3 group. And then you look at the tight end position. Think about how much more advanced you are at this portion already than you were last year.
True.
I mean, you had a true freshman, Mason Taylor, trying to play the position against Florida State. He's on special teams still. Like, he's trying to do a lot. Like, now that's a all-conference type player. And then you brought in another, slew of tight ends, but like you bring in Anderson from Alabama. So you've now got a rapport with your top 3 receivers and your tight end that you didn't have last year. And you had Kayshawn that you're trying to force the ball to. And again, we all would have tried to force the ball to Kayshawn. Like, he was supposed to be an All-American first-round pick. All of that's gone, and you have what made you comfortable coming back.
Yeah,
it can go up. Honestly, T, he throws for 2,900 a year ago. If he threw for 3,400 this year, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, okay, so that's actually a really good exercise. If you just play let's just play the exact same growth and think about what that would look like. So, yeah, that would be 3,400 yards. You would throw for 24 touchdowns. You would rush for like 15, 16 touchdowns if he improved the same. Like, yeah, man, that is not unrealistic. That is not unrealistic. And so, no, I'm a firm believer in the high-end potential of Jayden Daniels. And the thing that you can't quantify that is the biggest deal to me remains the fact that he is the leader of the team.
Yeah.
And that he's been in this situation. He knows these teammates and gone to the culture shocks and everything else. And I'm not saying he's going to have a Burrow-like jump, but look at the jump that Burrow had when he had that same confidence. When he went from competing the job to, no, you are unquestioningly, you are the man, and that empowers you as a player. Like, what's one thing you want Jayden Daniels to do? To take more risks. How do you empower a player to take more risks? Let him know he's your guy. Like, he is the man. He is the starting quarterback, and everybody looks to him. And so I think he's gonna be a star, a superstar. This season.
Another kind of position that is going to be much better already first time you kick off the ball than a year ago is also offensive line.
Yeah,
talking about like Will Campbell's a stud. Will Campbell's going to play a long time in the NFL. Emory Jones, same situation, but they were freshmen and they got better each and every game. But now they've got an offseason being the starters.
Yep.
You also have your interior coming back, but like bookend tackles that you're going to have. You know they're going to be the guy. You know they're going to have gotten better from what they were a year ago. Like, just everything around Jayden Daniels is better.
Yep.
So even if he gets better, yes, but everything around you is better. Everything around you is more mature. Everything around you has now these experiences. Like running back, you've got all of them coming back. You've got everything that you could possibly want coming back. And the one guy that you lost, Kayshawn, again, that was something that I think actually hindered Jayden Daniels in the offense. And that's not a slight at Kayshawn. That's what it was.
It was the dynamics at play.
Yeah, you couldn't turn on that tape and say anything other than, they're trying to force him the football. And, again, I get it because you didn't really know what you had with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas and Lacey. You didn't know. And you had an All-American receiver that you're like, we got to get this guy involved. We got to get him the ball. Well, now that goes away as well.
I think that oh, man, I think I forgot what I was going to say, actually.
I bet it was, though.
Yeah, it's probably
just letting you know, it was a great point.
It was going to be fire, though,
it
dude,
was.
for sure, dude. They were going to be like, damn, dude, I never heard nothing like that before. Damn. I think we decided to see Jayden Daniels this year. I think I got distracted because then I started thinking about Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma year, which stays locked in my brain, but we just forget about it because of Joe Burrow. And I was wondering how realistic is it to think that Jayden Daniels could do something like that. But then I'm like, LSU's offense isn't quite wide open enough probably to put up those style of numbers. But I still think the numbers. Here's what I was going to talk about.
Look at you.
The offensive line. Did you see Zalance hurt in his first in the picture that was making the rounds?
I have not.
Ooh, old boy looks big. And guess what number he's wearing?
53?
53, dude. Unfortunately, I'm about to get cucked by Zalance Hurd, but I'll take it, dude. It's fine. It's been a good run with 53. He looks pretty damn solid in the uni, though.
Well,
very intrigued to see how he's going to work his way in there.
It's better than last year. Last year you had an FCS transfer, I think, that was wearing 53. No disrespect to him, but like now you got like a dude.
No, nobody ever got. Yeah, nobody ever got. Nobody. They never gave 53 to anybody good until Zalance. So shout out Zalance, dude. Hold it out for the 5-3 game. 8 balls. It's just him and a couple other freshmen, but he just looks, he just very much looks the part. I mean, look at any picture you see of him. You're telling me that kid's 18 years old? Are you kidding me? We're looking at a picture of him committing from Neville. Oh, Billy, what's up, bro?
What's up, Blink 182?
How are Mark, Tom, and Travis doing? More OTB when we get back.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Together, we can be Louisiana Lawyer. Learn more at lwcc.com/Louisiana Lawyer.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
College football talk all year long on the Chuck Oliver Show. Weeknights at 6 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Join me, Jimmy Ott, in a Tanny Hanny. That's right, he's back for the beach. It's Monday's edition of Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, New Orleans-style po' boys and cafe. Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, Monday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
It was 700 fence posts from your place to house.
Neither one of us was old enough to drive a car. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it would shine. We wore out that gravel road between your house and mine.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing, All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, boys, to OTB, live from Music City here in Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Doors, baby. Them Bandy boys. Thought you were pretty tight at baseball, didn't you? Oh, sorry, boys. Sorry.
That went
take
from
that national championship.
That went from like a little compliment, like home of the Doors, to that's so cute.
Hey, man, you're going to learn. When you come to SC Media Day, you're going to learn how we play football here in Vanderbilt. That's SEC football, okay? Here at SEC Media Days, Nick Saban, I don't care. You're going to learn what it means to be in Nashville.
Oh, I love that video.
Do you know that? Have you seen that video?
Much.
Oh, man, you got to see that video.
Oh, it's so good.
Noogie says Taylor Sharp killing it again. Yeah, Taylor seems like we have not given Taylor any country input. And I know Mario doesn't have any country input, so all the rejoin music you are hearing is Taylor and all of his Livingston Parish upbringing finally getting to come to the fore. He's been training for this moment his entire life, and I agree. He's doing fantastically.
Oh yeah, he next week's gonna hurt. Like when we kind of go back and go to whatever, because he's had 2 weeks of just living his best life.
Go ahead.
Outside of, so like ESPN.com put out an article, kind of the things that they're looking for the most, during Media Day, not just today, but the entire one. Like obviously one is going to be how Georgia answers the off-the-field question. Certainly it's going to be a narrative here. The second is how will Alabama navigate change on offense? The third, how will LSU fare in year 2 under BK? You go down to the fourth. It's Petrino, Jimbo Fisher, something we talked about in hour number 1. And then number 5 is which transfer quarterbacks will have the biggest
really talked about that
impact. And that's really like of the other ones, like we've kind of talked about those. Those will be the main storylines. And we've all kind of got our different storylines that we want to talk about. But there's a couple of quarterbacks here now in the SEC. And you're right, T. Like we haven't, like we kind of joke because we like saying Robbie Ashford. Thank you. But like Peyton Thorne's probably going to be the starter there. Like Jackson Dart going to get the first opportunity. We've talked about Spencer Sanders and certainly Walker Howard. But then when you look at some other places, like Devin Leary, you know me. Like I was so high on Devin Leary a year ago when he was at NC State.
Man.
He didn't play great in the first couple of games that he played. Y'all were texting me through the East Carolina game. The Wolfpack won, but look, I deserved it. And
they
got
didn't
hurt.
cover though. I mean,
they didn't.
No, they didn't cover.
Oh,
Dude.
sorry.
Remember, East Carolina missed like an extra point or maybe like an easy field goal or something. Whatever. I'm just mad about NC State because I finally hopped on the Wolfpack bandwagon with you to win the ACC, and then they
won 8 games.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll take that one.
Hey, look, NC State is solid. They have been solid, right? But Devin Leary was one of the main reasons why people are so excited. And him and then Van Dyke from Miami just completely fell off, despite the fact that they'd been great before.
But I think Devin is a good player still. Now he's going to be Kentucky's starting quarterback, so we'll see how that goes. And then you've got Jake Garcia coming from Miami to Mizzou. Now Brady Cook still at Mizzou, but you've got some transfer quarterbacks that, don't get probably the discussion that we gave some other transfer quarterbacks certainly last year. I think Devin Leary is probably the best of that class.
Peyton Thorne is the interesting one to me because he's won the most games or probably played in the biggest game. I mean, you think back when Kenneth Walker that sophomore year, remember Mel Tucker, a bit ahead of the curve of the transfer portal. He brought in the Temple all-time leading passer. And it was thought that he was going to come in and just beat Thorne out. Thorne is going into his sophomore year. Thorne rises to the occasion. He completes 60% of passes, those are 3,200 yards, 27 touchdowns, 10 picks. A great year by all metrics. But like everything at Michigan State last season, it went awry and it fell apart. Now, I feel pretty confident saying this, Jake. Hugh Freeze is better at coaching quarterback than Mel Tucker. And so Peyton Thorne is probably somebody who does not get spoken about enough when it comes to I'm not saying he's going to blow you away, but he's probably just like Auburn. Think we talked about disparity from last year to this year. Think about how much stronger Auburn should be at that position this year compared to last year, where I love Robbie Ashford. I love his grit, his tenacity. He just couldn't really throw the ball, unfortunately. And I haven't heard that like changed in the spring or anything.
All right, let's go to the two top defenses that Peyton Thorne played a year ago.
Well, last year wasn't good, though.
No, I'm just going through it. Michigan, he was 17 of 30, 215, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not awful.
Not awful.
Illinois, top 3 defense in the country, 19 of 29, 182, 2 touchdowns to 1 interception, completed 66% of his passes that day. So, like, he's played against some really good – against Penn State, who had a good defense. He was 24 43, 229 and a touchdown. So,
but look, this is a guy who, against Pitt in that – what bowl game was that? Was that what New Year's Six game did they play in 2 years ago? Was it Chick-fil-A maybe? But against Pitt 2 years ago, Narduzzi, he goes 29 of 50 for 350, 3 tuds and a pick. So, like, we've seen him that same year. What did he do against Michigan that year? They won 37-30. Or excuse me, where'd he go? Yeah, they won 37-33. He didn't actually have a good game, though. That was Kenneth Walker, I guess.
Kenneth Walker went off in that game. But against Washington last year, 11-win football team. He was 30 of 42 for 323 and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. So our point is, like, he's got more quarterback talent than Robbie Ashford.
Yes.
Robbie Ashford is a good athlete. Peyton Thorne is an upgrade at that position. So we do have some quarterbacks coming into the league. Devin Leary, I think you don't have a big drop-off. Even Will Levis, second-round pick. I still don't think there's a huge drop-off. Devin Leary is very talented. I mean, he's in the same kind of category. So got a couple of interesting quarterbacks coming into the league.
I agree. So I think so who has the bigger impact this year, Leary or Thorne?
I think Devin Leary. I think Devin Leary will have a big impact. You get Cohen back from OC.
Cohen's
from
huge.
The Rams.
That's who I keep ignoring. I would have liked to see what Cohen could have done with last year's offense. Is their O-line going to be good this year, though? Because isn't that what held back Kentucky?
Yeah, it was bad last year, and it's I don't expect it to have a huge upgrade this year. They lose a guy like Cavassier Smoke. He transfers to Colorado. We know Chris Rodriguez has graduated, so they're going to be kind of starting over at running back.
Hey, do want to remind you that our coverage here brought to you live by Hutco Roofing. 2020 the SEC Football Media Days. It's going to be Monday through Thursday this week. We'll be here all week long, talking to all the players, all the coaches. Rivers lined up a ton of great interviews for the show. I'll also bank some with the LSU guys today. And remember, all the highlights going to be at youtube.com/1045ESPN, as well as OTB LSU, OTB Saints. Also, the coverage brought to you locally by Rev Business and Relief Windows. Shout out Relief Windows, man. I love the Lake House. They did a massive project. It was 30 years old. Everything was rotted out. They basically replaced half the house. Yeah. And it looks incredible. So thank you, Relief Windows. All right. When we get back, let's close out hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today. Or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Here at Corval Toyota in Opelousas, we have in stock 2023 Toyota Tundras, and you can get $1,000 special edition bonus cash. $1,000 bonus cash. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet. The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco, voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine. Government.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. All right, football guys. It's football season. SEC Media Days is upon us. We're talking SEC football. And if LSU gets a baseball transfer, I'm going to squeeze it in. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by HUDCO Roofing. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Greg Sankey rolling by. We got Billy Lucci. Fresh off a little backstage at Blink-182 last night. Not to brag, dude. How was it? Here, hop on real quick. Just 1 minute, and then you can go. No worries here. What's up, bro? You getting ready for A&M Day, dude?
I'm getting ready for dinner tonight with
Hell
you guys.
yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yes, dude. How was last night? Mark, Tom, and Travis
good.
Live was one of my favorite albums ever. It's one that taught me how to curse growing up.
Yes.
Does
Barker and I had a moment backstage.
Oh, wow.
Eye contact and a
Yeah.
little head nod back.
Yeah.
It was kind of like game recognized game
That's
type
right.
thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
I told Zane was with us. I said, you know, I got you this pass last minute. You should have recorded that. Could have had it on Texags. He said, I don't think any of the Texags people know who Travis Barker. I could probably.
There's no.
He's
Our
talking about the blue
generation,
hairs.
dude.
He's
Yeah.
talking about the blue hairs.
Yeah, our generation. How about these young cats, dude?
It was fun. It was really good.
Hell yeah, man. What did they play all the hits? Like what they do?
Yeah. Well, the cool thing, and who was back? Luke Combs was backstage. I didn't know he was a Blink guy.
how about that?
Hell yeah. Dude.
But I'll tell you what they did. That all the Like if just a total casual, and I'd kind of consider myself in between on them.
Yeah.
But if someone that just said, I wouldn't want to, I don't know Blink songs, you'd be like, well, you know like 5 of them.
Yes, you know way more than you think.
If you didn't think you knew any of them, you knew 5 or 6.
Started with all the small things back in the day.
What was the finisher last night? Do you remember?
Yeah, my favorite one, the first time I heard them, which was in the movie Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh,
Damn it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn it.
Great movie pool, by the way.
What's My Age Again?
Yeah.
Is a banger.
Yep.
Adam's song, Sad, but banger.
Yes.
What's the...
There's your set list.
Well, yeah.
There's your set list. So see how they backlogged all the most well-known
So
ones.
they ended with all the small things and damn it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's My Age Again there as well. Fourth to the end.
Adam's
Damn,
song.
dude. Start with Anthem. Wow, look at all these, man.
And they were good. They had good energy. Barker's badass.
Yeah. I never knew they had a song named Edging. Interesting.
I didn't either.
We were talking about edging last night.
Edging what?
The grass
Okay.
and other things. Well, I'll let you go now,
all
Billy.
right, well, I'm looking forward.
But we got to talk some A&M at some point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A&M and whenever. Y'all let me know.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, suited and booted today.
Yeah,
for
he looks
Luch.
good.
I am
Good,
literally
man.
booted.
Yeah.
I had a wedding. I had a wedding last week, and it was like the thing Friday night was whatever this means, mountain formal, because we were in Telluride.
Too much Yellowstone.
Yeah, exactly. And I wore a hat. I wore a cowboy hat with this.
I'm going to get a cowboy hat immediately after the show ends today. I'm so excited.
Wow.
Dude. Yeah.
I'd never had one. Have you?
Nope.
Me
well,
neither.
no. When I was younger, when I was like
Okay.
10, I had one.
Yeah, like a little kid hat.
Well, no, I actually I like bought one. I
real
thought of
one.
myself as a cowboy for a little bit there. I had a little
Growing
bit of
up in
cowboy
Atlanta,
stuff.
he thought himself as a
Time out. My
cowboy.
family's in Manny. They had horses. I go riding all the time.
Oh,
My cousin's
the
a
Aggies
bale
are
ride
trying
state champion.
The Aggies are trying to recruit a kid from Manny.
Really?
You might get him.
Go Tigers.
Linebacker.
Tackett Curtis went to USC. Dude.
Yeah, he did.
All right, man. Well,
All right.
shout out the Aggies. Meet Judge and national champs.
Hey.
Also beat LSU's
Might
ass,
go back to back.
unfortunately.
I needed that.
I know, dude.
You did.
I know.
You did.
Dude.
Y'all, I needed it more than you guys. You went to the title game the next week.
Oh, man. All right, Billy. Well,
All
hey,
right.
we'll talk later. We'll talk later. Thanks for
later.
stopping
We'll
by,
see you all
man.
tonight.
Hour 3
Is
of
Rivers
OTB
invited?
coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? That's our guy, Billy Lucci, Texags, and I am stalling while I try to find who we have right here. Mari, if you want to hop in my ear and let me know, that'd be great. Rejuve Me Medical, RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel bigger, faster, stronger, better, younger, feel like your best self, man. Get some freaking muscles, dude. Look, Rejuve Me's there for you. But it's all kind of treatments, right? They got Botox, they got everything. They got treatments I don't fully understand because, well, I'm not a medicine man. So the point is, go in there, get a free consult, get your labs wrong, and see what Rejuve Me can do for you. Male, female, doesn't matter. They got you.
He is not a medicine man. I can't confirm that, but they have someone over there that can help you at Rejuve Me, RejuveMeMedical.com. Go ahead and get that consultation set up today. They got a long list of things they can help you out with. Again, you can call them as well, 225-230-4201.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Monday, July 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 97. Coming up on OTBOT, we're live from the SEC Football Media Days, and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from Nashville, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour number 3, SEC Media Days. Rolling right along, 2023, as we are in Nashville. And it's really waking up now, guys. Like we said, Greg Sankey coming by. Opening statements getting ready. LSU players
is that
would
guy
be
gonna fall? I mean, you're looking at it like, look.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough. We can't know. I don't know how to explain what we're looking at.
There's a giant, probably, I don't know, how tall is that? 15 feet tall?
20 feet.
20 feet tall SEC sign, and there's a fella that's hanging on the side of this SEC sign trying to change out a light, and I don't feel great about it.
So it's built like a giant circle. I feel like I'm watching a Cirque du Soleil act. Like he's about to do one of those things where he's like in the middle of it, and he's like rolling around, and then he's like running up and down, and as he's falling off. Again, I don't know if any of these jokes play.
Yeah, but
you know, it's kind of.
I don't feel great about his safety right now.
It's neither.
Look, we see a squirrel, we're going to talk about the squirrel.
That's true. That's true. I'm just trying to think of a joke so I can start using this soundboard. I forgot I had this entire show. Are you kidding me? Like, how off base am I? I got to get these things going.
Hold on.
That's a cheer. I think this is a laugh. We have womp womp. We have crickets. Nope. Damn it.
Nope.
It's a rim shot. This is nope. Crickets. This is like if I'm going to set you like into like a dreamscape, you know, like allow me to take you back. It's like a creepy thing.
Did Mario load that one on there?
No, that's how I feel about that guy right now. He's in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
And then this one's if like we wanted you to welcome back you to like our 90s morning show. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing great. We're live from Nashville on Radio Row. And check it out. We're bringing you all the latest coverage from your favorite college football teams as the SEC takes center stage once again. Now enjoy this little ditty from Blink-182. Hello there, the angel from my nightmare.
Oh, that was, yes.
I love that. I don't know who made that
Yes.
generic song, but it's such a feel-good.
I don't know either, but
it's
thank
such
you.
a feel-good generic song. Bigger hot seat, chat asked a little bit ago. Billy Napier or Jimbo Fisher?
Great question. I'm still going to say Billy Napier. Even though
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Even though, obviously, Jimbo 5-7, that's not the expectation there. All the money.
So you really think that Billy Napier's on the bigger hot seat then?
I think I do, just because of
But he's not gonna be-
like the resources that they have thrown at Jimbo and given Jimbo, the money he still has left. And yeah, I know their pockets are deep with 3 E's in the middle in College Station. I know that, but still, that's a lot of money, T-Bob. And today's college football, where like it feels like every dollar kind of counts towards NIL and different things, I just don't know that they're going to say, hey, here's $60+ million to go away. And then Billy Napier, they fired Dan Mullen, who had gone to like multiple New Year's Six bowl games. What was it, 3 out of 4 years?
Yeah, he was incredible.
And they fired him because they didn't like the way he recruited.
Yeah, no, Dan Mullen's a fascinating, but I think it was definitely recruiting because, I mean, he straight up rolled his eyes at a recruiting question in a press conference. Also, Jake, I never got the feeling that Mullen got along with people too well there. But, I mean, bro, didn't McElwain go to Atlanta back-to-back years?
Yeah.
Like, Florida has a habit of turning in good on-field results, but they end up firing the coach because, like, he has one bad year or he doesn't get along with people. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
This man went 10-3, 11-2, 8-4, peach, orange, cotton, won the Peach Bowl, won the Orange Bowl, finished number 6 in the country 2 years in a row, finished 12th one year, now went 5-6 in the last year, and they fired him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
So
it's
like for those reasons, Billy Napier, who was a bad football team last year, got beat up by a Pac-12 team in a bowl game, and I think they're going to be worse. You're not going to be better without Anthony Richardson and Graham Mertz being your quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you lose a guy like Osiris Torrance, who was one of the best offensive linemen in the entire country, and one of the for years now. So I feel you. The difference is, it feels like Napier has the other stuff figured out. Like he's done very well recruiting.
Right.
He seems to have belief, or at least he's creating investment. Like, like they're finally putting money into the program. They're building facilities. So
Yes.
he seems to be doing okay where Mullen kind of struggled, but he's not able to do what Mullen McElwain did on the field in terms of wins, losses. Or maybe not. We'll see. I mean, okay, we played it with the West earlier. If you were to rank the East, how would you rank him? I mean, obviously Georgia 1. Feels like obviously Tennessee 2.
Does that feel like – it feels like a more interesting conversation than the West, because I don't know that there's going to be a team that's just awful in the West.
Yeah,
now, there can be some that aren't great and maybe not even good, but not awful. But I feel like there's that potential.
Even last year there wasn't. I mean, the most awful team in the West is the team that actually has more talent than 97% of the country in Texas A&M.
I mean, T-Bob, like Florida is in the conversation to be 6 or 7. Vanderbilt last year was 5-7, but they beat Florida.
Yeah.
They also beat Kentucky back-to-back weeks. So, I mean, probably going to still put Vanderbilt there just because they've been there so many times. Florida might be number 6 right now. Missouri might be 5. Really, the way that it played out last year and just flip Florida and Mizzou almost feels like that's the way that it could play out. So, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Missouri, Florida, Vanderbilt.
Mizzou's on the docket today. And they're pretty interesting, man, because and you can play this game with anybody. So I don't want to go too far down these holes, but like they really should not have lost the Auburn game.
Oh my
God!
God!
That
no.
was like I know, again, you could say, oh, T-Bob, you could, but this is like even the rare edge case where like you just really had no excuse to lose.
You had to find a way to lose it.
In an unbelievable long odds way. So the point is that puts you at 4-4. And you're right there with South Carolina tied for 3rd in the East. And then I'm not going to give you that same benefit on the Georgia game, but you were sexily close to
played them
being
better than anybody else.
Bro, except for Ohio State, maybe. Like you were Drinkwitz was shockingly close to being 5-3 with a UGA win.
Yeah.
So what do I make of Mizzou? Because I don't even think about them when I come into this year.
You know, he also gave up play calling duties this year. Now, Eli got an extension, too, during the offseason, so they believe in that they believe he's the guy to run that program. And you know me, I'm a big Drink fan, and he's now in the group of guys that has always called plays, realizes he can't do it anymore. He has brought in an offensive coordinator because he thinks that's going to help his team. Again, he's one of those guys I never thought would give it up, but he gave it up. You know, I am a gigantic fan of Blake Baker, the defensive coordinator there.
Yeah, Blake Baker's awesome. He did fantastic at LSU.
He is somebody that I think is a star in this game. And so, I got Missouri ahead of Florida, ahead of Vanderbilt right now. We mentioned they bring Garcia from Miami to compete with Brady Cook there. So, I think you're talking about a team that played Georgia as well as anybody in the SEC. You're talking about a team that found a way to blow a game. And look, good teams win, bad teams find a way. I understand that. But that game was one of those ones, T-Bob.
All you need to look up is the picture of Drinkwitz's hair in the post-game press conference to understand how brutal the beat was. He looked like what's his name from The Hangover? Why am I blanking? Who's the guy that loses his tooth in The Hangover? He's in the office. Andy.
Ed Helms?
Yes, he looks like Ed Helms in The Hangover when he's just horribly hungover. What about South Carolina, dude? South Carolina ended hot, but I can't help but wonder if it's a little bit of fool's gold.
Okay, so here's what South Carolina did in the transfer portal that I like.
Okay.
And a lot like TCU. They lost players in the portal, but they tried to go and replicate the players that they lost. So it wasn't just portal chasing to go bring in a bunch of different players for no reason. There was actually like they bring in Trey Knox from Arkansas because they lost.
Oh, he's massive too.
To Florida State.
Yeah, he's like 5 or 6 or something.
So I think Shane's done a really nice job of replacing the people that he lost there, and they're going to go as Spencer Rattler goes. I mean, when he was on last year in that Clemson and Tennessee games, and the Notre Dame bowl game as well, they lost that one, but it was a hell of a game. They were a different team.
Yeah.
They are going to go how he goes. He was incredible in those 3 games. Completion percentage way up. Wasn't taking a lot of chances. Now, you start over. You lose your offensive coordinator basically the day the season ended. So now you got to go bring in Loggins from Arkansas, who I think is a really good coach. Been in the NFL, been in a bunch of different places. But they are one of those teams. They're going to go as their quarterback goes.
So where do you have South Carolina? 3rd? Are you that much of a believer?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have it right now. Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Missouri, Florida, Vandy.
Okay. So similar to last year, just flip Florida, Mizzou.
Kentucky's a little bit of an unknown for me, which sounds crazy as much as I've just waved their flag over the last couple of years. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to be. Now, believe in Mark
It's impossible to feel good about them, I think, after you just had Will Levis and Chris Rodriguez, and you were so terribly disappointed compared to expectations.
Yeah.
That said, Liam Cohen come back. I would have liked to see what Cohen could have done maybe with that team. What could have Cohen have done with that there team, man? All right, let's do this. Let's go to break. When we get back, let's talk to our guy, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold Them, Mameo, for some spread lines. Keep it on.
OTB, OT. Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Here at Corval Toyota in Opelousas, we have in stock 2023 Toyota Tundras, and you can get $1,000 special edition bonus cash. $1,000 bonus cash. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward.
always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-20.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR presented by Relief Windows. We're live from Radio Row at SEC Football Media Days, and the Tigers are on the big stage. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
In John Deere Creek, on a hot summer night, he wrote Billy Bob Love Charlene, and let her 3 foot high.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by HUDCO Roofing. OTB, OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Corn Hub boys, let's go. T-Cobb and Husker, your Southern correspondent for Nebraska football. Welcome back. Look, right now it is our pleasure. Monday, 9:15, as always. Talk to our guy, Deb Snow, for some spread lines. Hold the mayo, Deb. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's happening? How we doing?
Doing well, man.
Happy Media Week, man. What I was thinking about with all this country music.
What's that?
Whatever happened to Rascal Flatts, man?
I know, dude.
That's a great question.
Actually, I don't think about Rascal Flatts often. I do constantly think about the line, God must have blessed the broken road that led me here to you, right? Like anytime I have anything happy happen in my life, you recognize that the only reason you got there is because everything else that happened before it. And so Rascal Flatts actually probably does have more real estate in my brain than they have any right to.
Yeah, because anything that happens like you're talking about, what do you think of? You think, hey, Rascal Flatts taught me that.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, every single time, man. That said, I don't know that I'm pining for a Rascal Flatts return. I think I could probably.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, they had their time in the sun.
Yeah, they did fine, dude.
If Rascal Flatts walked by y'all right now, would y'all just let him walk by? Y'all gonna get up and shake the gentleman?
Okay,
they're walking by.
Let me answer your question with a question. If Rascal Flatts walked by right now, Devin, would you know?
Yeah, dude, it's the guy. Dude, it's the guy that looks like Guy Fieri, except he don't have the tattoos. Yeah, I would know.
Isn't he kind of? Sorry, Jake just tried throwing a hat at someone who missed it, and then like a security, it looks like a handler or something had to pick up. Whatever. No, I don't know, Dev. I do not think I could pick Rascal Flatts out of a lineup. I feel like I think one of them was kind of chubby with a big nose and had frosted tips.
He definitely had frosted tips.
Is that am I on the right path here?
No, absolutely. He looked like a blonde head, like penguin body shape a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little hefty penguin looking guy.
Yeah,
that's him.
He would probably wear a long sleeve collared button up with a blazer on, but the shirt would be untucked, and he would have jeans on. Bedazzled jeans, if I had to guess.
Great voice, though. I mean, I hate to go so long on Rascal Flatts, but God, man.
Look, they were a staple. They were a staple for a long time, and now, as you say, you couldn't find them with a search warrant.
That's right.
Speaking of, what is this comment from Derek Smith? Speaking of Rascal Flatts, I believe Jamar Chase is going to be on ESPN My Wish series tonight.
That is song My Wish.
I wish.
What?
That is song My Wish that ESPN played when they had the My Wish series.
Okay, I was trying to connect. I was like, is Jamar a big Rascal Flatts fan? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Grew up in New Orleans listening to Rascal Flatts.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Everybody in the parish did listen to Rascal Flatts.
They?
It was that What Hurts the Most that got us. Yeah, that one got us.
I thought that was more of a maybe North Louisiana, a little bit of country living. Listen.
What happened was it was a tragedy that turned us on the Rascal Flatts. So the Hurricane Katrina hit, and then What Hurts the Most dropped like a month later.
Wow.
So we were in a field.
Yeah.
It hurts the most. It was crazy.
Dev, what's up, man? Where are we going for RB&R today?
Dude, I don't know, man. Somewhere on the South Shore, but RB&R Day's been fun the last couple of weeks, man. It's just I kind of been just impromptu, just going wherever, and it's been working out.
You walking in to whatever that place off the causeway was with you could not have written a better NOLA native character than the bald proprietor of that shop. And so he didn't know who you were initially because he came back and seemed like he was apologizing to you.
Yeah, really nice, just Italian, mattery guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going in there like, hey, man, like, y'all better know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
But why I bring that up, though, is that was one of the most authentic experience if you're talking about a Metairie, like you said, like a true Metairie man to go get red beans from, sitting there just offering the general public free shots at what was it, like noon?
Noon, yeah, and that's the key right there, man. Like, when you think Metairie bars, Metairie establishments, understand that there's 5 to 7 people in there by noon that are dude, they drunk, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's whatever they got going on, it ain't enough to keep them from the Metairie bar, which is cool, man. Live your life.
What else we got on spread lines, Ev? What's been piquing your interest?
I wanted to talk about Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Just because, it's just one of those things, one of those sports, one of those events to where I'm like, I never had anybody come up to me, living in Louisiana my whole life. I've never had somebody come up to be like, hey, man, what you doing for the Djokovic match tonight?
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like, so who is watching?
Well, actually, Dev, you're gonna love who's watching. The Oddfather sent me pictures of a full spread. He had cream, he had strawberries, he had delicious pastries.
Well,
he had
champagne. That's just a Friday night for the Oddfather.
He had it ready to go for the Sunday final. But we have to remember, Dev, Otter is a former national tennis champion. 4-0. 4-0 national champion. He is a real tennis beast.
Well, and that's the conclusion I kind of came to. I was like, man, you would have to be somebody that's like either competed playing tennis or like you just had like a country club or whatever, like an athletic club. You play tennis and you're like, you know what, man, I play. Let me watch these guys play.
So I've gone through – I was talking about that yesterday with somebody, man. It's like anything else in life, right? Like if I fall in love with a video game, one of the first things I do is I go watch the most badass players, like streamers, like world record speedruns, like anything like that. If I fall in love with the sport, it's the same thing. And so, like, for 3 months now, me and my wife have been playing a lot of tennis. This was easily the most Wimbledon I've ever watched. And, yeah, it's cool. It's exactly what you said. If you start to play, then you watch these guys, and you're like, how in the world is this even physically possible what they're able to do?
Right, yeah. On another note, speaking of something that people really don't watch, boxing, we had some news come through in boxing this past weekend. We had a woman that won, and she actually showed a rack.
Wait,
I saw this. Yeah, I saw this, Dev.
Is that good or bad for boxing is the question.
I think that it's a good sign for equality. I think as a society we're incredibly hung up on the female nipple, and I think that's a bit. I think it's a bit absurd. And think about it. Guys don't box with sports bras on, you know. So if she wants to show off some boobs, man, it kind of is what it is. I got no problem with it. On? Probably DAZN, if I had to guess.
Well, you said what channel?
Yeah,
what channel?
Yeah, that is kind of a funny question. That's an old man question now, bruh.
No, what do you mean?
It's just what channel? I see.
No,
where
I'm like, can you get away with it? Like if it's on Showtime or whatever, like you're good. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it was pay-per-view,
That's
right?
what I'm saying,
Right,
yeah.
Deb? We're not crazy.
Yeah. It was an Eddie Hearns promoted event. You know what I'm saying? Like it was an HBO. I think it was like an HBO Showtime.
I mean, you're on cable. Like there's some FCC fines.
Yes.
I'm just looking out for everybody.
My favorite part is if you go watch it. So at first they're on the live shot from the cameraman in the ring, and he's right on the boobs. And then they're like, oh, boobs. And they, like, zoom out. They go to the wide shot. But so you can see the cameraman in the ring, and he's on it. I mean, he's, like, leaning in. He's, like, following her around like he was locked in. He understood the assignment. But, yeah, let's be clear. Like, if anybody wants to flash me, I'm okay. Male, female, anything. I'm not offended. You have full You're more than welcome to. I've talked about this very much.
Naked curiosity.
Yes, I am curious like a cat. I want to see everybody's genitals in the entire world.
Okay, that's a step too far.
Yeah, and you could just tell. Well, you could tell that she had just got him too, so she was really excited.
Yeah, she was pumped, man. And she won a fight.
Yeah, she was pumped for sure.
She took the Brandy Chastain to the next level, right? Instead of, Brandy, but she didn't have a shirt to doff, so she had to doff the sports bra. It actually makes sense. I mean, what do soccer players do sometimes when they score a big game? Is it a yellow or a big goal? Is it a yellow card?
True.
Yes, but they get rid of their shirt. It's just a natural human way of showing emotion.
And if ever a time to do it after you win a fight.
Also, Dev, you understand this better than I do. The fight game is the entertainment game, okay? I don't care how good you are at fighting. That's only going to get you so far. If you want to, like, why does everybody like Conor McGregor? Yeah, he was an incredible fighter, but no, it's his personality, man. And more and more we see all these. We see all these celebrities. Like, it's about entertainment, and that's one way to get your name on the map. I'd never heard of her before that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you look at any fighter ever, bro. Like, you're nothing if you don't talk or have any type of personality, bro. I mean, anybody. I mean, going back to, like, the 70s, the 60s, Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
Then you go into, like, Tyson. And, it's just like, dude, any fighter that wants to be something, you got to talk. You got to have personality.
I mean, dude, watching the old Ali, just watching old Ali clips of him talking before a fight, like, I mean, come on. That might be the greatest to ever do it, dude. You can tell that's a man who just grew up on the street corner just talking, just constantly ribbing, talking trash, getting after it.
Hey, y'all saw Marcus Davenport's going to wear number 0?
Well, that fits.
I mean, no way.
I mean,
no way. That's too on the nose, dude. Somebody needs to talk to Davenport. What's going on here?
Is Turner switching to 0 too?
Well, I guess, if he's wearing 0, I'm just guessing 0.5 wasn't available.
No.
He's not. He could have wear just 0.5.
He's going to get one sack and he's switching to number 1. This is a crockpot process right here, man. I've never seen a talent that is a crockpot talent if I've ever seen one, man. It's just like, it's going to take a long time and it may not even be good.
Crockpot talent. That's such a good way to describe a project. Oh my God, dude. I've never heard that before.
It's hard not to people watch here, Deb. Deb, I think you would really enjoy the people walking by. Like, I got a guy at my 10 o'clock right now is doing a podcast, and he looks like an 80 movies villain. Like he had the girl. He had the girl, but the guy that was not as cool but was really cool kind of stole her at the end, and his parents have a lot of money, and I can't keep creating these stories for people that are walking by.
If you can't beat him on the slopes, the park's getting shut down, okay? His dad's buying the resort. They're remaking it. They're going to bump it up. But, I mean, look, he'll give you a shot to beat him on the slopes.
His name's Gunner. There's no doubt about it. This guy's name's Gunner. I'm going to go ask him.
Sometimes I just go to Piccadilly, and I'm so serious, man. Like, I just go to Piccadilly by myself.
Who doesn't?
What? Yeah, can't tell you the last time I've been with somebody, you know. But, like, I'll go there and just watch the people at Piccadilly, man. You know,
a lot of walkers. A lot of walkers coming in.
Dev, what else we got on spread lines? Anything else catch your mind this weekend?
I mean, I'm going to go see Oppenheimer on, Thursday. That's the only other thing I got. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I didn't realize until I saw the trailer that, you know, when they were making this bomb and stuff, like, they didn't even realize, like, if it was going to just blow up a city or blow up the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I know.
like,
And then that kind of make you worried because then you think about this experiments that we're doing nowadays, and it's like, you know, what kind of quantum particle interaction are they going to do that's just going to cause the entire Earth to just, like, collapse or something?
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, yeah, we'll set it off. I mean, all right. You know?
Yeah, like, I believe there were people that were, like, way too close to the ball maybe on some of those first ones or something. Yeah, I'm fascinated, too.
But
watch
Indiana Jones did show us all you got to do is get in a lead fridge, and you're good to go.
Yeah, dude, you're good, man.
You're
Just get in the fridge.
Yep.
That's actually, yeah, that's true.
I also heard there's a 20-minute missionary scene between Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh, which seems like a weird detail to leak.
For 20 minutes.
Yeah, which it can't be true.
There's no way.
Even
there's
though
no way.
It does beg the question, could you imagine having sex with the person who created the nuclear bomb? Like, you are having sex with the person who literally invented the ability to destroy the Earth as we know it. It's,
I mean, if it was a chick, she'd be the most wanted chick, and like everybody would want her. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'd be a little freaked out, Dev. It's like after Oppenheimer says, I think he says, now I am becometh death, destroyer of worlds. I think it's like an old Indian passage or something. Like, you're essentially having sex with some sort of pseudo god at that point.
Yeah, I heard the guy smoked a lot of Joes too, man. You know what I'm saying? And I bet. I mean, he had to be stressed out, you know, like.
Stressed out, and plus, like, if you're a scientist in the 40s, I feel like you have to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's ever been a scientist in the 40s that didn't smoke cigarettes.
No.
Also, if
Dude,
you're
it's
like,
such a weird thing to look back on because, like, they were smoking back then. People were smoking back then thinking, like, hey, man, this is normal. Like, nothing's ever going to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. Mac Lindsay, who is one of our in-chat movie experts, says the missionary thing was fake. Okay, that makes sense. That'd probably be a little bit of an aggressive choice. But, you know, again, I'm curious. I'd watch Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh, no doubt. No doubt about
that. Sex and atomic bombs, bro. I mean, that's, you know, that's got to be in, bro.
I know. How tempted do y'all think Christopher Nolan was to set off an actual nuke for the movie? Like, that man loves practical effects. Like, he at least had conversations about, could we do this?
Yeah, I'm not sure that was an option there.
No doubt.
He got in touch because we set off nukes. We don't think about it, but we do. I mean, people test these things. Yeah. You know, I don't know exactly where they do it, but they do it. They do it underwater. They do it other places. Other countries do it. Like, surely Nolan was like, let me just sneak a camera in. Let me sneak a camera in one of them things.
If I had to guess, like, I would think, like, where do you think they set nukes off at? In, like, Arizona somewhere or something? Like, I don't even know.
I'm guessing New Mexico. I'm guessing islands probably somewhere. Oh, look at him. Give me my microphones. Aaron Murray walking up here. Dev, anything else on Spreadline? What's going on RB&R Day today before we go?
Oh, only other thing I got, man, is I just released a new shirt. It's a Bayou Bengal shirt, Bengal, Bengal. And it's selling off the racks right now, bro. It's doing really good.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah. It's just basically my same shirt I always make, except I got it purple and gold themed. And, dude, it's hot this morning. So go check it out. ATM Sports.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, htmsports.com/shop.
htmsports.com/shop. You'll be very happy to know I saw our guy Chris Gordy. I don't even know if you know Chris, but
yeah, I know Chris Gordy.
Yeah, last night rocking the classic RB&R red on blue. Look at this MFer right here, Dev. Everywhere I go, I see it, Dev. It's crazy, man. The brand remains strong.
Yeah, no, I love it. Shout out Chris Gordy.
All right, Dev, you take it easy, brother, and we will catch up with you next week. Have fun at RB&R Day.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, later, brother. Dev Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, legend of the game. Do you want to remind you to go to Pace Plus Urgent Care, PacePlusUC.com, PatientPlusUC.com. You will see the difference for patient when you deal with Patient Plus Urgent Care. They're the absolute best, man. Go in there today. Walk-ins always welcome. You make that digital profile. It's one touch of the button to sign in. Patient Plus Urgent Care. Oh, look at all these guys. Okay, more OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRUNK for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free free Upside app and use promo code TRUNK for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRUNK.
You can hear all of your favorite shows on 104.5 ESPN in crystal clear high definition. Tune to 98.1 and select HD2.
Join me, Jimmy Ott, in a Tanny Hanny. That's right, he's back for the beach. It's Monday's edition of Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, New Orleans-style po' boys and cafe. Live at Lunch, live from Rocco's, Monday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Country music singers have always been a real close family. But lately, some of my kinfolks have disowned a few others than me. I guess it's because I kind of changed my direction. Lord, I guess I went and broke their family tradition.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing. OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. What's up, Riz? What's going on?
We got some information about our 80s movie villain.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't remember his first name at this point. Do you remember, Jake?
I said JD.
JD. Do you want to know what his last name? You know what his last name is?
Higginbotham.
No. It is Pickle. But he spelled P-I-C-K-E-L-L. The K is capitalized.
Pickle, what?
What a move!
Pickle? I should know this. Actually, I mean, he's the on-3 guy.
Yeah, that guy stuffed somebody in the locker before he got here.
It's Pickle for sure. Has
You
to be.
think?
Has to be. Yeah. You don't capitalize that K for no reason, right?
Pickle Rick.
Look, I'm sure he's a great guy, but he's going to be Gunner for the rest of the time.
Shout out JD Pickle.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, like,
Yeah,
that's
it looks great.
What a great
Good-looking
name.
human.
It is a good name. I'm about to have to get out of here, Jake. You're going to have to do the final segment. We're going to run up and interview Brian Kelly and company, but we are about to start here. We are on the edge. It's really cranking up now. You can expect to hear from Jayden Daniels today, Josh Williams, Mekhi Wingo. I can't wait for Josh Williams to get to experience all this. Well-earned for Williams. After Brian Kelly, you're going to look at Mizzou coming up, Drinkwitz, who we were just talking about. They're bringing Chris Abrams-Drain, excellent defensive back, lineman Javon Foster, and defensive lineman Darius Robinson. And then you got Texas A&M to close it out. Shout out Jimbo Fisher, man. Bringing Fadil Diggs, McKinley Jackson, both from D-line, and then Anaya Smith, who, of course, you probably recognize. And Greg Sankey's comments not long away as well. Jake, what do you got coming up on Sirius?
Today we're going to have LSU as well. Like, I'm going to hop in actually on full ride for a little bit with CC Chris Childers and get the LSU portion. But then we're going to have, I think we're going to have Drink. We're going to have Jimbo. So we'll have everybody come through there today. I'm excited to catch up with Jimbo and kind of ask him some questions just about like what the dynamic's going to be. And like I said, I'll be with Cole Kulick. So we both played for Jimbo. Hopefully we can open him up a little bit, see if we can get him to like give us the real
Wait, Jimbo was at
nitty-gritty.
Auburn?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That was Cole's offensive coordinator too.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. That'll be a lot of fun then.
I don't know if this is a troll or what, but somebody in the chat said it's not pickle, it's pronounced Pikel.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I figured with the capital K,
That's
like
not as good.
you have to do that, or you're going to get called Tommy Pickles.
Hey, shout out Tommy Pickles. I was rewatching.
The new Rugrats is weird.
I don't know about new Rugrats. I don't know about all that.
Okay.
But the other night, I saw that it was on Netflix or something, and so I put it on for me and my daughters. And OG Rugrats has so much adult humor in it that I did not recognize, and not like.
Are you starting to really?
Not like risque stuff, but there is some elements of that. But just like some really like.
The parents are so tired all the time.
Yes, like some really relatable parent
And
humor.
not very good parents.
Well, they're kind of like well, yeah, no, I mean they just let their kids escape and go on all sorts of adventures.
Yeah.
But like the mom is like the first ever episode is all about Tommy's birthday,
Right.
and Tommy's mom has like super organic, like healthy type of carrot cake, and the grandpa's complaining about it. Every time that they need to do something with the kid, the mom's getting out some books that are written by, remember, Lipschitz, like that's the author. And it's like, well, Lipschitz says, and it's just a very, and everybody had their kind of archetypes, I found, as adults that I didn't really appreciate at the time. Like, a just fantastically written show. Also my favorite of, probably my favorite cartoon ever growing up. I was really
What's happening
identified with
behind
Chucky.
us?
I don't know who that is. Facial recognition is tough in football.
That's Hendon Hooker.
Oh, that's Hooker right there. There you go. That's it. That would make sense. Wait, what is?
I mean, there's so many people.
Wait, what is Hooker?
He's working
doing
for
here?
Bush's Baked Beans. It's a little promotional work here, even though he's with the Detroit Lions now. Still, had an NIL deal with them a year ago, so still
Remember
on
we
the
were trying to
NIL deal.
Talk Hooker into being the Saints quarterback.
We basically had him as QB1.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a fun few months.
Yeah, it was.
But now we got Derek Carr, so all's right in the world.
And Jake Hayner as well.
Yeah, who we talked to.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty boring.
Yeah. But then the photo shoot.
That
That's
was
right,
so
dude.
surprising.
Forgot about the photo shoot, dude.
He was so like media trained up when he was with y'all. Like he was, he was so media trained. And then you see those photos and you're like, is this for real?
Yeah.
Shout out
Good on
Bush's
him, though. He had his moment.
Yeah.
He had his moment for at least a week.
Yeah.
As the bench.
Whoa. If you're leaving me, those are my questions, sir.
Oh, okay.
Did you know you and Stu are the same age? Stu Pickles?
What do you mean? He was
They're
born
same
in
age.
89?
No, but he was 34.
Oh, what?
Whoa.
Oh.
He had a rough 34 years.
He did look a little rough. Well, he's an eccentric toy
tired.
inventor.
They've got a newborn. I mean, Then they had that second kid.
Yeah.
What was the second kid's name? Dill?
Dill.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Dill
Pickles.
Yeah, it absolutely was, yeah. Stu was 34.
I don't know. Somebody said that, but that tracks.
That does track because, because also, like, they all seem very successful.
Uh-huh.
Like, or at least they seem, they're not like college kids right out of college having kids kind of struggling to make it. They all seem very established. All the parents have careers and everything.
Yeah.
Shout out Rugrats, man. Great cartoon. Well animated. All right, I got to go. Y'all have a great Ask the Bench. Have a good show on Sirius, Jake.
Thank you.
Me and Aaron, if you're a Snaps fan, we will not be doing Snaps live today, but we will be recording Snaps later today. YouTube.com/@VolumeSnaps. Go ahead and sub, and you'll get that. I'm going to talk to BK. Y'all have a good one. Do want to remind you, AgTemp Baton Rouge, AgTempBR.com. Any of your AC, heat, and electrical needs, you go to AgTemp of Baton Rouge. They got your back. You're going to be good to go. As for the Star Club membership while you're there, flat rate, that you just pay per month, and they stay on top of everything for you. Do regular updates. Make sure you avoid any catastrophic issues down the road. AgTemp Baton Rouge, AgTempBR.com. Closing out the show next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
And again, Riverlands Insurance is also somebody you should call 225-206-1517. Thomas and Megan email the insurance superstar father-daughter combo tandem tag team champions of the world. As I don't care what your insurance is, home, auto, business, whatever the case may be, Riverland's going to be there for you and going to make sure that they get you the best possible policy from a coverage and monetary standpoint. So you want to save money? It's the easiest thing you possibly do. You call 225-206-1517. They come through for you. 225-206-1517. Riverlands Insurance.
You can call that number anywhere in the state of Louisiana. It is a 225 area code, but that does not matter because they can help you anywhere. North Louisiana, Alexandria area, down the bayou, it does not matter. Thomas can help you, and you can call him right now. Call him right now. He can have that conversation with you, and a lot of people have had success right after the live read. So go ahead, call Thomas today, 225-206-1517.
Our coverage this week is also brought to you by Rev Business and Relief Windows. More from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days is coming up next on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. All right, football guys. It's football season. SEC Media Days is upon us. We're talking SEC football. And if LSU gets a baseball transfer, I'm going to squeeze it in. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live from the 2023 SEC Football Media Days presented by Hudco Roofing. OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, welcome back into OTB. It is time for Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Busy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Wheat. T-Bob had to go catch up with BK, so a couple more minutes here finishing up the show. Let's go ahead, ask the bench, what level will T-Bob turn it up to tonight? Last night was pretty tame.
Yeah.
I think he said he was in by 11, so pretty high chances that he is going to have a long night tonight.
I know. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like every time he just progressively, each trip, you know, every night gets progressively more turned up until we end up at that day where we're like, is he going to show up for this show? Is he going to do it?
Yeah, I think it was last year on Thursday that he wasn't answering calls. We were sitting there. It was 90 seconds before showtime, and we were at the very top of the escalator, and he just kind of rises from the escalator in time to do the show. So 11 last night, I would say 1 tonight.
Well, I know that he, I know that he's going to be on the hunt for his cowboy hat, and I think he's going to be really feeling himself in that cowboy hat. So, I don't know. I think the cowboy hat's going to add an element.
Yeah, and I bet he does not take it off the rest of the trip. He might shower in the cowboy hat.
Although, I got some information last night. I guess Maz, your boss at XM. I was telling them about T-Bob and his hat journey.
Right.
And how somebody had told him to get a straw one, and that made Maz so mad. Apparently, if you're going to get a cowboy hat, you just need to get like I don't know what the material, what is it? Like hide or felt, whatever. Apparently that's just all season, all wear. That's what you have to go with. And he's from Texas, right?
He is from Texas.
Okay.
He lives in Houston. So Taylor, who said get a straw cowboy hat back home, I don't know. We got some different truths here.
I know.
Let's see. Ask the bench, will Mississippi State ever win the West in football? They did it before. They've done it before. So, yeah, they can win it again.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, if it's happened before.
I mean, you know.
Ask the bench, go to drink on a work trip. Don't stray too far from Coors Light or Jameson, no matter where I'm at.
I mean, you saw what I was drinking last night. You know, we just stick with champagne, you know.
Let's see. Ask the bench, does T-Bob sing karaoke in his new cowboy hat?
Here's the thing. We talked about this the other day. This is like just what a nightmare town to sing karaoke. You know, like everyone here is an aspiring music star. Do you really want to get up there? You know? But if anyone's going to do it.
I was about to say, yeah, that's where I was going to finish. If anybody's going to do it and not care that we are in a town, more than any town maybe in the country, of people trying to be a music star that have real talent.
Yes.
Like, very
like,
talented
I feel like karaoke bars here are probably not actually karaoke bars. They're
it's like a live
open,
set.
yeah, they're like open mic nights, you know?
Yeah, so, no, I mean, he'll do it. Don't tempt him with a good time.
If you were going to sing karaoke, what would you sing?
Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay.
By Elvis.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, I don't know. So I've never sang karaoke before. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
I've never.
Like a cruise ship?
Never done it.
Never, like ever.
Never, ever. Maybe that song by Skilo, I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller. I think if I'm going to do it, I don't have a voice.
Wish I Was a Baller.
Yep. A girl who looked good, I would call her. Yep. Yeah. So I have a terrible singing voice. Everyone heard it on a song of Purple and Gold. But if I'm going to do karaoke, I think I got to it has to be a bit, you know, I have to do like a funny song. So I think that one.
All right, yeah, I mean, you don't want to try the vocals out, certainly.
No.
And T-Bob, you know, he does like Tenacious D and different things. So
and he's like a voice actor, so he can change his voice. He can do the thing.
He can. Ask the bench, what about the cutoff jean shorts for T-Bob? We talked about that last night. I don't know that that's going to be the move.
He said he's not doing it.
Yeah.
But he also, I don't know if you've had this conversation with him, so he's getting this cowboy hat, right? We decided that like shorts and a cowboy hat is kind of weird. He's going to do, I think, his Lululemon pants with them.
Okay. All right. He'll be the only one.
I think that might be weirder than shorts, but
I think so as well. Last one, ask the bench, would Joey Hester enjoy Taylor's music selections? Absolutely. Joey Hester would. 90s country is his vibe without question. And, you know, outside of the old stuff like 70s country like Marty Robbins and different guys. So, yeah, he definitely enjoyed it. All right, we've enjoyed today. We will see you tomorrow. We'll have sound from BK. We'll have reaction from LSU's appearance here at SEC Media Day. We'll see you the same time, the same place.
OTB, OT.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364